It's time for KOVC Sports.
And welcome everyone here to Concordia College here in Moorhead, Minnesota. Jerry Edwards with y'all today for our Senior Day action here on the Voice of the Valley KOVC. Yes, it's Senior Day for VCSU, both the women and boys wrapping up their seasons today against Rocky Mountain College. Now we'll start off our coverage today with the women's game as the women take on the Battling Bears, as Rocky Mountain were 18 in the polls. Last time these two teams met up, Rocky Mountain was still ranked inside the top 25 at number 17. They won that game 63-37. Now, VCSU coming in with a little bit of confidence as they outlasted the 25-ranked Carroll College Saints 78-75 in overtime, a game that VCSU controlled the early goings of and then kind of slowly watched the Saints chip away. But really in that overtime frame, VCSU got the first basket, never trailed, and just, I think, out-executed the Saints down the stretch as they pretty much put the Saints in a situation where they had to hit a three. And, you know, Carroll was good at attacking the basket, good at creating one-on-one matchups inside. They did not shoot the ball well from deep, and Carroll, even though they burned both their timeouts, really didn't draw up a good play to end the game. And VCSU also did a good job of defending and making sure no one did slip open on the play. So they won the game on merit. It wasn't like there was a scandalous call that gave possession back to VCSU, not earned, and they made foul shots. No, they beat them straight up. Probably need a better closeout, though, than what they had in that game. Felt like at times the VCSU rushed themselves into quicker possessions than they needed to have, but a win against a top 25 team is a win against a top 25 team, and now you get another opportunity to go after it with Rocky Mountain College for the second time this year. The men's game will be after this. Now, the men lost yesterday in kind of a drubbing to Carroll College. That was a game that was 95-77, and that was just a contest where VCSU fell down by 24 points going into halftime. The offense, what I think was 9 of 29 from the field, just nothing going. And, you know, the offense, of course, picked up in the second half, putting up over 50 points. The problem is I do think that was mostly in part due to Carroll really, I think the best way to put it is not really fearing the VCSU offense to be able to sustain really any type of run that would really put pressure on Carroll. And there were moments where I don't want to say VCSU is putting the Saints under pressure in that game, but, you know, moments to where you felt like if a run was going to happen, it was going to happen right there, and it never quite materialized, I think would be the proper way to describe it. Like, VCSU made it appear closer than it was on the final scoreboard, but again, I think that was mostly Carroll not really respecting the Valley City offense, knowing that their own offense could just, you know, could pretty much get anything they wanted, and that's also got to come down to defense as well. And offense does set up defense at times because Carroll did a great job picking off passing lanes and going the other way. So Rocky Mountain College going to be coming into this one ranked number 23, looking at the last time these two teams faced up on the boys' side, 81-65. So VCSU, again, looking to avoid a season sweep at the hands of the Battling Bears on both the women and men's sides. So we'll talk about what VCSU did well yesterday in their games against Carroll College, both on the men's and women's side, right after this break. So keep right here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC, and on our YouTube channel, KOVC Live.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Fralick, Dr. Jango, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
We're back here on KOVC and the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel. About 10.5 minutes go on our LaRue Lockout Financial Scoreboard. Let's go through some of the things that VCSU did well. We'll start off with the women's team from yesterday. And if we look at that game that unfolded against Carroll College, I think the one thing they did really well in that game was create chances one-on-one. Whether it was J.C. Richter, whether it was Tiana Schwinghammer, even Ellie Broughton at times did a very good job of creating those one-on-one matchups and winning those. I felt like VCSU really could count on being able to generate quality chances inside. Now, Richter led the team in scoring 19 points. She did only shoot 5 of 17 from the field, 1 of 4 from deep. However, she was 8 of 9 from the stripe, and I mean, that's important to see. Sometimes the ball is just not going to go into the hoop from the field, but if you can just constantly stay aggressive, constantly get inside, constantly draw fouls, that's a way where you can have a good game even if you're not shooting it the best from the field. Schwinghammer, probably the most efficient player out there. She had 18 points on 8 of 13 shooting, 2 of 3 from deep. Ellie Broughton had 12 points on 4 of 9 shooting. She just had some of these moments in the game against Carroll where she would just get the ball and just weave her way through traffic and did a phenomenal job, really pushing tempo and really putting the Saints on the back foot defensively. Abby Osleson came in off the bench, put up 10 points. And really when you look at how VCSU played, it was a very, very nice one-on-one winning effort. I think where the room for improvement there is in terms of set plays, because I felt like when VCSU wasn't winning one-on-one against Carroll, that's when the Saints really started to claw back the momentum in the game. It seemed like a lot of the offensive sets were rushed. They were settling for kind of bad looks at times, and not only were the looks not of high quality at times, they were also looks that were taken very quickly, which gave Carroll, of course, extra possessions. And again, you end up winning the game. You're talking post-mortem, but you ended up winning the game. So it was an effort that you really liked the one-on-one capacity of that game. You feel like the offensive sets, though, need to be better. You need to be better at being able to win your one-on-one matchups and also be able to create consistently in the half court, because what's important about creating in the half court is that it slows the game down. If you can execute in the half court, everything's about timing. Somebody's got to be here at a certain time so that somebody else can cut at a certain time, and it all kind of works in perfect harmony, and everything kind of operates off a timer, or better yet, the shot clock. And when you can just consistently run offensive sets that generate you high-quality looks, you might not make every single shot, but if you can generate high-quality looks that allow you to run 20 seconds off the clock every single time, you're going to find that the game moves by a lot faster. And it also helps you on defense as well, because these kind of long off-balance shots that can generate a long breakout rebound for the other side don't happen quite as often. Now, we're going down to what the boys did well. In the second half, they did a good job of getting in transition. I felt like they were a lot more aggressive going inside, but again, I kind of go back and forth on that. It's like, okay, how much of that was VCSU finally getting to a rhythm offensively, and how much of that was kind of Carroll just almost playing with their food a little bit? Because I'll say this, that second half was just running and gunning from both teams. And, I mean, it's Suit Valley City's VCSU's play style. Well, I just don't know how much of that is going to be sustainable against a team in the top 25 for 4 quarters. Now, of course, they could very easily take the momentum they have from the second half yesterday and put it into action today. and we could be looking at a potential upset. But, again, going back to kind of what they can improve on, really in that first half, did not create really anything easy inside. And that's really what Carroll did a great job of with their ball movement, is that when you talk about modern-day basketball, the philosophy has changed. You look at what we call a heat map, which is where teams are taking most of their shots at. You take a look at from the 80s and 90s, it's kind of all over the place, and it's kind of really – there's not that much action going on from deep. You had your shooters back in the day, but you had maybe like one or two shooters on each team. That really focus was the three-pointer. Nowadays, there's a lot of stretch fours, stretch fives, pace of space, spread everything out, and everything now is kind of focused into two heat areas, beyond the arc and right within 2 feet of the basket. The reason why is that statistically, or analytically, I should say, those are the most efficient shots. And you might ask yourself, well, what makes a three-pointer more efficient than a two-pointer? Well, if they're wide open, and kind of analytics have kind of backed this up, which is why a lot of teams play the similar game, is that a contested mid-range two and a contested three, or, kind of that fall into the same ilk, let's say, contested, open, stuff like that, the mid-range two and the three-pointer have similar rates of going in, so much so the rate's similar that you're better off backing up a few feet to take the three and gaining the extra point than stepping in and getting the two, making the kind of mid-range a lost art, so to speak. Now, of course, there are still practitioners of the mid-range game, but that's why you're seeing the heat map shift more from interior focus to now everything's kind of two places. It's either right at the arc of the three-point line or it's right in close, because those are the most efficient shots to take. So what Carroll did well was they were either getting wide open threes or they were getting really good in-close looks. And the efficiency just buried VCSU, and they got to do a better job, really, of giving themselves a chance defensively. They got to do a better job, really, of tracking defenders through traffic. They got to be better at not leaving open shooters, because the way they played against Carroll, it was the definition of a team just being too fast for their opposition. VCSU couldn't stay in front of Carroll, and now, of course, it's an entirely different team in Rocky Mountain. But if you're going to have a chance to win today, defense has to be better at tracking the opposition through traffic. So we got about 3 minutes to go till we get to our opening tip between the VCSU Vikings and the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears. Not battling, but battling. Apparently a G wasn't in the budget for the old Bears. But for VCSU, again, kind of looking at what they could duplicate today. What you want to see them do is you want to see them go out and, again, have the success in the women's game that they had one-on-one, but still also be able to use those kind of dominant presence that you have, because what's really nice to have are guards or forwards that can handle the ball, that can drive inside, because it creates what I like to call an orbit. When you start driving in with players that are around the 6-foot mark and you're going inside, it creates an orbit. Defenders naturally get pulled in trying to stop you, and that creates dish-off lanes on the inside. So you can use your one-on-one matchups, your advantageous players you have in the Schwinghammers and the Richters, and use all those players to be able to drag defenders towards you, and then that's going to leave open somebody. So that's what you want to see. You want to see the one-on-one brilliance that they had against Carroll continue, and also incorporate that into better set looks, whether it's creating post-up opportunities inside, whether it's creating motion up top to setting cutters, whatever it's going to be, you need to combine that one-on-one prowess that you had yesterday with the team offense. So VCSU looking to pull off back-to-back ranked wins to close out the year. Of course, this has been a very interesting year. The fact that we're in Concordia to begin with is a testament to how weird this year has been, but hopefully we'll get the bubble back up and running in no time and ready for basketball action next year. So VCSU's regular season officially comes to an end today for both the men and women's team. As taking a look here on, if you're watching along on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel and you're trying to follow along with who's who, the Vikings today going to be coming out in the all-black uniforms for Senior Day today. The Bears will be coming out in the white uniforms with the green trim. Well, so music's finally starting to fade away here, so looks like we might have a bit of a ceremony here for some of the seniors on the roster. As we might also be getting to the national anthem as well. Looks like we are going to get to that national anthem, so we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our opening tip here on the Voice of Valley KOVC and over on VCSU Athletics.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care. At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything.
Check out these midwinter savings at Lever's. All this week, save on Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.98. Progresso soup, 4 for $8. Our family salad dressing, $1.79 each. Idaho russet, yellow, or red potatoes, 5-pound bag, 2 for just $4. And boneless pork sirloin roaster chops, just $2.29 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City. Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
And welcome back here, everyone, to Concordia College here in Moorhead, Minnesota, as we get set for Senior Day here for VCSU. Starting lineup for VCSU, that's going to be Ellie Broughton, junior from West Hope, North Dakota, followed up by J.C. Richter, a senior out of Linton, a 5'7" guard. Aubrey Prunty going to be the next one off the bench, a senior from Weaverville, California. Madison Spacer, another senior on this team, 5'11" forward. And Tilda Maritzen going to round out the starters today from Ängelholm, Sweden, at 6 foot tall. So Senior Day here at Concordia. Tilda Maritzen, Madison Spacer, Aubrey Prunty, J.C. Richter, all of the starters in the starting lineup today. VCSU again coming out in the home black uniforms. Now, final team meetings are being had. as everyone moves into position. Ball's in the air, and we're underway. It was a bit of a scrum on the jump ball. So now the Battling Bears will go to work inside after winning the tip. Three-pointer on the way, and they knock it down. So the Bears take an early 3-0 lead on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. So now here come the Vikings into the hands of Ellie Broughton. Now we'll have ourselves a turnover as looks like Prunty's back heel clipped out of bounds. So not an ideal start there for VCSU. Couple of turnovers to start things off, or a turnover to start things off. Bears going inside. They'll work quickly again. Going inside to out, now setting up a long mid-range two, and they knock it down. So back-to-back field goals for the Bears. And they have a 5-0 lead. Again, the Bears coming in ranked as well. VCSU knocked off the 25-ranked Carroll Saints. Now they got to try to go to work here. Trying to knock off another top 25 opponent to end the year. Prunty trying to back her way in, but getting cut off. Has to find somewhere to pass. We'll give it over to Broughton. 10 seconds on the shot clock. A little stutter step from Broughton. Goes up, draws a lot of contact, no foul. Ball will belong back here to VCSU. 8:55 to go here in the first quarter. Pass this one out to the corner. Catch shoot from Ellie Broughton. That's off the mark. Ball on the deck. Picked up by the Bears. So the Bears will take possession of the ball. Now back down the floor they go. So VCSU finding themselves trailing early, but now they'll generate a steal. Trying to bring this one down the floor is Powell or Madison Spacer, and gets it to go. So that will put VCSU on the board at 5-2. 5-2 lead here for Rocky Mountain College in the early stages of this first quarter. 8.5 to go. And that'll be a kickball violation off the sneaker tops of a VCSU defender. A little inbounds here for the Bears. They try to go inside. Ball knocked away. VCSU in pursuit. Can't get to it. Now the Bears will roll this around the outside. Now a little handoff here. They'll take it deep from the wing three. No good. Rebound pulled down by the Vikings. Over to Broughton. Broughton brings up the ball. Now kicks to Spacer inside to Maritzen. Over to Prunty. Prunty driving inside. Fall away jump shot. No good. Maritzen unable to secure the rebound. But she is able to get the steal, but they whistle a foul. Those are the type of fouls you can live with, because that was a really heads-up play by Maritzen to run the play down from behind, and looks like just got a little bit of the wrist trying to get inside. So 5-2 lead here for the Bears. They quickly get this one down the floor. Three ball on the way, and they knock it down again. So the Bears have knocked down a couple of three-pointers, and they stretch their lead out to 8-2. Broughton rolls this one around the perimeter. A little crossover from Richter. Richter goes inside, hit on the way up, no call. Gets her own miss. Shot clock doesn't reset. She's dealing with a triple team, and now the foul will finally be called. Again, she got hit on the way up. Referees did not award the foul. Richter did a good job staying with it, but had to avoid getting tied up. Arrow, though, does favor VCSU. You're always willing to take the arrow when you're on your defensive end, but not on your offensive end. And the Bears will get another partially blocked shot. They quickly motor this one down the floor. Good little separation inside. Follow-away shot in for two. So the Bears in early control of this one with a 10-2 lead. Now Broughton will kick this one out over to Spacer. Spacer kicks it to Richter for a three, and she'll rattle that one home. So Richter halves the deficit and makes it 5-2. Now it's all about whether or not VCSU can really start to slow down this Bear attack. Ball now to the outside. Now they dump this pass inside, going right to work inside, and that'll be a two from Brina Lintz. Bears pretty much getting whatever they want on the inside. VCSU got to find a way to start stringing some stops together. Richter has her shot blocked. Now the loose ball picked up by Lentz and into the hands of Hegum. 6'1", Brenna Lentz, and 6'5", Isabel Hegum. And they'll dump this one inside, using the size to their advantage once more. Up and in and one. So the Bears get another interior basket, and right now they're just using their size to their advantage. Lentz, 6'1" senior out of Billings, Montana, and Isabel Hegum, 6'5" sophomore out of Winifred, Montana. So now Schwinghammer checking into the game for VCSU, looking to just stop the bleeding a little bit. Foul shot up and in, and that is a unique foul shot for him. Pretty much the best way I can describe it is that foul shot is taken with the same motion as someone that cheats at beer pong. Elbow way over the line. VCSU turns the ball over, and that'll be a 2 going the other way. VCSU not taking a timeout yet, but they're getting run through right now. It's 17-5. Got to be able to slow down this Bear attack. They'll take an outside 3 by Schwinghammer. Leaves it short. They get their own miss, and will put it up and in. Kind of in Spacer again for the 2. 5:25 to go here in the first. Bears up by 10. They'll roll this one out to the perimeter. Driving inside and blocked by the Vikings. Now down the other way goes VCSU. Over now to Schwinghammer. Schwinghammer attacks inside. No good. Went right at the 6'5" center in Hegum. High pass picked up by the Bears. Shot off the mark, and that'll be out of bounds. So 4:56 to go, and this will be I believe our media timeout. The Bears are walking off the floor. Yep, so that'll be our media timeout. 4:56 left to go here in the first quarter. Back here after the break here on KOVC and VCSU Athletics.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
17-7, Rocky Mountain College in front on the VCSU Vikings. It's just been an interior attack with Brianna Lentz and Isabel Hegum. So pass up top here to Hegum. Now they tried to go with a quick give and go, trying to set up the attack. Now they'll space it out for a 3. Ball gets deflected away off the miss, and the rebound pulled down by the Vikings. Now the Vikings will take an outside attack themselves. High off the back rim, no good. And the Bears once again pull down the rebound. Now the Bears will back this one out. Trying to now back their way in with Paige Wasson. Screen being used. Now the pass deflected away. Scramble breaking out. And that's going to be Broughton bringing it down. Now a little stutter step going inside. Did the back foot slip? No, they called a block first. So only Broughton doing a good job of pushing the tempo, and that's what she did really well in the game at times against Carroll College. Did a really good job of pushing tempo and keeping the defense on their back heel. VCSU in desperate need of a spark. Long pass to Richter, nearly intercepted, but she brings it down. A little stutter step trying to go inside against the taller defender. Now VCSU inside, another blocked shot. VCSU just having all manner of shots being erased inside by the tallest 6'5" wingspan of Isabel Hegum. Hegum now will stretch it out for a mid-range jump shot and knocks it down. Isabel Hegum is just controlling this game offensively and defensively. Couple mid-range jump shots, and VCSU can't cherry pick inside because everything's getting sent back. VCSU going to think about a pop and pick from the outside. It's another block by Hegum. Can't keep slamming your head into the same wall over and over again and expect different results. Hegum now for a three. Rattles out. They get their own miss and put it back up and in. Just a dynamic attack right now. Hegum's able to stretch out the floor and block pretty much everything in sight. And Lentz is there to scoop up the leftovers, and that'll be a kickball called on the Bears. 21-7 with 3:12 to go in the first quarter. And VCSU throws it away as Broughton got the ball and threw it at Richter, and Richter was not anticipating the pass, and the ball nearly hit her in the back of the head. And that's the type of first quarter it's been so far for the Vikings. As the Bears get pretty much been able to get whatever they want, and you got an X factor like a 6'5" center that can stretch the floor, you're going to use it, and also doesn't help if she's mobile enough to block shots. Now Hegum on the outside takes one dribble, will kick this to the out. Now they go inside to Lentz. Lentz has her shot partially blocked. Now running down the floor is VCSU. They lose the handle on it. They get it back. Trying to dump it inside. Ball gets pinballed around. And that'll be a push on VCSU. A little out of control going inside for the rebound. Third foul called here on the Vikings. That'll be the first foul called on Abby Osleson. Spacer checks back into the game for VCSU. This is just been a good start, to say the least. Now the Bears perusing it around the perimeter. Pass might have been slightly deflected. Now the Bears go outside over to Black. Now they kick this one back out for a three. Ball gets left short. Question is, did VCSU tip it going for the rebound? No, they did not. Paige Wasson, the sophomore out of Whitewater, Montana, the one that threw up that shot. So Broughton brings the ball up here as we're down to 2:10 to go here in quarter number one. Pass back outside here over to Schwinghammer. Schwinghammer trying to cut her way inside, but getting cut off. Broughton will launch up a deep one and can't get it to go. Long rebound being fought for, and the Bears able to cut off VCSU before they can get to that ball. And another empty possession here for the Vikings. Now the Bears having a little trouble getting this inbounds in. They're going to have to throw a contested pass, and Black will be able to bring this one up. Black trying to back her way down. We'll hand this one over to Lentz. Now a little give and go. Perfect passing, and that's just a sight to behold right there. Using high action to set up low action, and there's good passing all around, just creating leverage. And low rolling pass, and will that be a foul? Yes, it will. Schwinghammer caught it right on the baseline, and you didn't know whether or not that was going to be a step out of bounds, and I believe that'll be the second foul on Taylon Black. So 1:32 to go here in the first, 23-7. Now Broughton bounces it over to Schwinghammer. Schwinghammer. Now back over to Shoot. VCSU trying to get something going around the perimeter, but the high press forces another turnover. Now the Bears bringing this one up, but they kind of weave themselves into more pressure, and that'll be, I believe, a travel. Yeah, that one, the Bears did a good job with a high zone press to force a turnover. But then Gabriella Bittner just kind of weaved herself into trouble. And VCSU able to get back on defense, beat the Bears into taking a pump fake. They saw kind of a little bit of the up and down. That forced the traveling violation. VCSU in desperate need to break up this run. The Bears have been pretty much stonewalling any scoring efforts for Valley City. They'll roll this one into the corner, three-pointer, and that'll rattle out. VCSU just can't find a friendly bounce here today. Broughton gets a three off the miss, and that'll be a knockdown. Yeah, interior efforts almost have to be abandoned as long as Hegum remains out there on the floor. 6'5", she's erasing everything, so you got to get further away from the basket because all interior efforts are being sent back to sender. Layup attempt, no good. Bears get their miss, and they'll put it up. And it's just a great tandem down low right now. You got Hegum that's able to stretch out the floor with those long to mid-range jump shots and able to block anything inside. And Lentz is just your typical kind of glass cleaner. She's going up, doing all the dirty work, getting the rebounds, and takes a free throw. And again, this is probably one of the more unique free throw motions I've seen. I think the best way to describe it is, it's like someone that cheats at beer pong. You're supposed to keep the elbow back and, not have it cross over the threshold. She's the one that leans over the table and almost is dropping it into the cup. But if it goes in, it goes in, and she's knocked down a couple of foul shots. And interior shot blocked here for VCSU. Another one for the Bears, and a long litany of them. 5 seconds left to go here in the first. VCSU trying to poke this one away. 2 seconds, one. Inside for Lentz. Got it off at the horn, and they wave it off. Referees wave it off. And the Bears are signaling to review it or talk it over. You see the coach is doing that little twirl with his finger saying, oh, review it. It's like, we ain't got the budget for that, man. 25-10. In favor of the Battling Bears. We'll be back here after the break here on KOVC and on VCSU Athletics.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
25-10, and the Bears still are campaigning for either a replay or for that shot to count. Honestly, I can't tell you whether it was off or not. It looked bang-bang to me. The funny part is signaling for the instant replay. I'm not sure if we actually have that in the budget here at Concordia College. I think our replay system might just consist of someone pulling up the live stream and zooming in with an iPhone. Outside of that, I think you might be going preaching to the choir on that one. So back underway here in the second quarter. VCSU starting with the ball, trailing 25-10 on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Ritson back to Prunty. Broughton from the logo. Knocks that one down. She was behind the wishbone of the C and knocks down a deep one. And, well, shots like that can certainly help you get back into the game. And it's just been interior dominant so far for the Bears, using their size to their advantage. Lentz rockets this one to the corner. Regan for three, no good. Long rebound pulled down here by the Vikings, so able to get a stop. And Hegum is, well, she's been a dominant defender on the inside. Has knocked down a couple of mid-range jump shots, but her offensive game mostly has been exterior oriented. Now VCSU will take another three. That'll rattle out. Ball deflected around. Rebound pulled down on the long arms of Paige Wasson. Wasson now will square up for a transition three, and she knocks it down. So both teams exchange early three-pointers here in the second quarter. 8:45 to go. It's 28-13 for the Battling Bears. Richter will back this one, and another logo three, and that'll be short. Ball gets tipped around and rebound pulled down. Well, Ellie Broughton certainly is not waking up shy. She's launched up two logo threes. One of them found the bottom of the net. That one just a little shy of going in. Now the Bears will rotate this ball to the corner, looking to set up a little kind of driving attack, but VCSU will poke that one away. Prunty's got her head up. Now we'll slow this one down. Crossover over to Richter. Richter trying to win inside. She'll kick this one Over to Spezia for mid-range two. No good. And, well, VCSU will generate a steal as the Bears went chasing a needless rebound. And, well, that's kind of the second mistake that Bittner has made in this game. Went down chasing a rebound that was just going to go out of bounds and belong to the Bears, and VCSU was going to let him, and Bittner just kind of just threw it away. And, well, the Bears respond right away by going to their bread and butter, which is that inside attack with Brenna Lentz. And Lentz is going to get fouled once again and go to the stripe. Oh, 2 shots coming up again. And it's up. Free throws are like batting stances in baseball. It can look as weird as it has to look, but as long as it goes in, no one can say anything. And that one finally is short. It's just a unique foul shooting motion. Again, I've never seen one that looks like that. It's 29-15. Now the Vikings push this over to the outside. Around, they'll go to Broughton. Broughton's starting to attract a high double team, but she's able to slide by the defense. Can't get it to go. That'll be an offensive board for the Vikings, but the turnaround two missed by Powell, and a timeout taken here by the Battling Bears. It looks like it'll be a 30-second timeout, so that's when we'll be back. Keep it right here on the Voice of Valley KOVC and over on VCSU Athletics.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangoa, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
29-15 with 7:15 left to go in the second quarter. Rocky Mountain up on the VCSU Vikings. Taking a look at the scoring right now. Wasson with 10 points, Lentz with 10, Hegum with 6. Hegum with 3 blocked shots and also 3 rebounds. VCSU just can't really get any consistency from the field, with the length of Rocky Mountain playing a big factor in that. Hegum dumps this one inside to Wasson. Wasson turnaround, left it short, but got a kind roll from the side of the rim there, and able to roll that one in. Now a 16-point advantage for the Battling Bears. VCSU squares it for a 3, and they'll knock it down. That's going to be the one avenue for VCSU back in this game. It's just hitting threes, and some people want a more diversified scoring portfolio, but when you can't score inside, the only place you've got left to go is outside. So Ellie Broughton going to bring this one up. We'll roll it into the corner. VCSU will travel with it, and that's going to be a traveling call on Richter. Bronze knocked down 2 of 5 threes. Richter's 1 of 3. Now the Bears get this one on the outside. Now over to Hegum. Now back to the outside. Little rolling pass. Inside attack, and they'll get it to go off the drive from Foreign. 33-18, 6:03 left to go here in the second. Then all Rocky Mountain in this one. Broughton drives through and throws it away. Bears, if they get to the ball, and they'll be out of bounds, I believe, going for it. Bittner dove for the ball, didn't get in her possession. She had 2 teammates out in front of her, but she slid too far and went out of bounds, then touched the ball. And referees are on the spot to call it. Referees are letting this game breathe. I mean, this has been a pretty rough and tumble game at times with a lot of contact, but again, been a pretty evenly called match so far. Richter's got to pass out of this, getting swarmed on a high double team. Now a mid-range 2 coming up for Schwinghammer all by herself. And she'll knock that one down. 33-20 with 5.5 to go in the second. Ball now floated to the outside. And that'll be a foul, but they will call it on the deck. So shot no good for the Battling Bears. Subbed in for Rocky Mountain, that's going to be Lexi Burnham. 5'11" freshman out of Lewistown, Montana. Looking inside to Hegum. Hegum 6'5", and yep, that looks about what it should look like. Just the reach is way too tall for anyone for VCSU to deal with, and Schwinghammer going to get tripped up on that one and pounds her fist into the floor. Usually sometimes you'll see that if someone gets tripped up and felt like they had a lane to attack and a basket got taken away from them. Right there, she was still under pressure and kind of down by 15. You don't need one of your better scorers breaking their hand, slamming it into the floor. VCSU trying to muscle their way inside, but Richter leaves the fall-away jump shot short. And the Bears look to keep adding on to their advantage. Hegum looked to set a screen, and VCSU did a good job of not allowing that screen to create any room. Now the Bears able to rip free a ball from the clutches of VCSU. Shot clock didn't reset. Now over to Hegum on the outside. Gonna run a little handoff here. Wasson for a 3, leaves it short. Ball just clipped the rim, and the Bears able to rip free another rebound. 4 in from deep, no good. Schwinghammer with the board. Now long pass here over to Ellie Broughton. Broughton a little shake, throwing it to the outside. Pass got deflected. Now back to Broughton. Broughton thought about another deep 3. Richter will take it instead, and she'll knock it down from the outside. The three-point shot is keeping the Bears from completely burying the Vikings right now. And that can be the danger, is that Rocky Mountain can be the more efficient team in terms of field goal percentage, but if they're not more overtly efficient than VCSU, VCSU is going to hang in this game just by being able to get those three-pointers. Bears get another rebound. They miss a shot in close, get another rebound, and that one will be blocked. And VCSU, when you can't allow the offensive boards, especially from the third-string big in Lexi Burnham, got to be able to, when you get a miss, that's got to be it. You can't allow a miss, then another miss, and then a foul. Once she misses once, that's got to be the end of it. You got to be able to get to those rebounds. You got to attack the ball with more ferocity. Foul shot for Burnham is up, and that'll rattle out. So, last foul shot coming up here. That was the third foul on VCSU in this quarter. That'll be short, and the rebound pulled down, so it's an 0 for 2 trip for the Vikings, or for the Bears. Now a chance to make it a 10-point game or a 9-point game with a three-pointer. Broughton with the ball, working at the C. Throws this one out. Or now to Luckin. Now back to Broughton. Broughton pass deflected over to Luckin. Drives inside. Long 2 for Osleson. No good. Ball deflected around. Luckin's got it, but throws it away. Ball still rolling around on the deck. Arrow favors Rocky Mountain. Well, VCSU nearly was able to escape with the ball, but just one last deflection put it in enough of harm's way for the Bears to get it back. Now they'll be set to inbound it here. VCSU showing a little full court pressure. Bittner working one-on-one here against Broughton. Now over to Hegum. Hegum, a little give and go on the outside to Kavanaugh. Now we're to Wasson. Wasson at the free throw line will roll it back to the outside. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Good defensive stand so far here for VCSU. Now down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. Deep 3, partially blocked shot, and that'll be a foul on, and that's going to be a foul on Burnham, trying to reach in for that rebound, but not get to it, and went through the Vikings to try to get to it, and she'll get whistled for the foul, but only the second foul on the Battling Bears in this one. 35-23, 2.5 to go in the second quarter. VCSU hanging around because of their three-point shooting. Now Richter will square up and can't get it to roll in. Not a bad-looking shot by her. Again, VCSU is not going to be able to really get anything at the rim that is not just a complete blown coverage by the Bears because Hegam's just going to be parked down low, and, well, she's swatted away 3 to 4 shots already. So you can either keep banging your head against the wall or you can look for creative solutions. Bears, however, trying to play with some tempo here, at least momentarily. Wasson broke through the full-court pressure she got, and then looked like she was going to cut in only to back it out. Now they're going inside, and right there, that's just their best play right now. It's Lentz on a one-on-one matchup, and she just is able to kind of have this calm demeanor when she goes driving inside. Now VCSU throws up a floater, can't get to go. Rebound by Ostleyson, and Ostleyson will finish for 2 points. 29-15 with 1:45 to go here in the second quarter. The Bears will roll this one back around the perimeter they go. Back over to Hegem. Hegem's pass deflected away. And that'll give possession back to the Bears off the VCSU deflection. VCSU still hanging around in this game. They got to be able to find a way, though, to generate some kind of more connected offense. Now the VCSU Vikings give up an open shooter on a three, and that's going to be a knockdown from Wasson. 40-25. Oh, good move to get inside. Schwinghammer did a good job driving inside. Didn't continue kind of going right at Hegem. She kind of stopped on a foot, let Hegem go up, wait for her to come down, and then just pop a little floater over the top. 1 minute to go here in the second, and they'll roll this one to the outside. Now Wasson driving inside, got cut off down the bait line. They'll have to reverse out. Lentz throws a cross quarter into the corner. Little hook shot, no good, but they get their own miss. Lentz overcooks the wide open shot. So VCSU gets a fortunate miss. Now they're bringing this one up. Schwinghammer throws a pass inside to Ostleyson. Ostleyson gets it sent back. VCSU wanted a foul that they're not going to get. Hegem just put her arms straight up, and you can say that there was body contact, but referees are saying that contact was initiated by Ostleyson. Now the Battling Bears seem content just to hold for the final shot. High pass into the corner. Wasson for three off the back rim. Rebound pulled down by the Vikings. 7 seconds to work with. Ostleyson stops her dribble. Now outside. Richter for a three. Leaves it short. And that'll bring it into the second quarter. So it's 40-27 at the break in favor of the Battling Bears. We'll be back here in a little bit with a full stats update here on the Voice of the Valley KOBC and over on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel.
Are you on the right financial path? All your financial professionals on the same page. At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangoa, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything.
Check out these midwinter savings at Lever's. All this week, save on Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.98. Progresso soup, 4 for $8. Our family salad dressing, $1.79 each. Idaho russet, yellow, or red potatoes, 5-pound bag, 2 for just $4. And boneless pork sirloin roaster chops, just $2.29 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate, and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
And we are back here over at Concordia College. It is a 37. All right. Now they got it 37-27 on the scoreboard. I had it at 40-37. I don't know if I just got a little over angsty with tapping the score bug or what happened there. But I'll go with what they got up there. I got 37-27 right now. As for Rocky Mountain, currently their leader in points is split two ways with Wasson and Lentz. And I think Lentz has just been the definition of a security blanket in this game. Really, she's just, whenever they needed to get a bucket inside, that's where they've gone. Wasson has done a good job of creating off ball or on ball, and I mean, Hegem has done her part as well. She's got a couple mid-range shots to go down. She's got a couple of in-tight shots, and I mean, really, that's how the Bears have built this, is that they've just been able to create better looks. So, it's 37-27. So, again, I don't know if I just got over anxious with the scoreboard or what happened there, but I mean, you're only down 10, which, again, considering now they got it back up to 40. Okay. Sorry, folks. I thought I had the score right, and apparently I did, but on their own scoreboard, they apparently are going through it right now trying to figure out what fits where. VCSU right now, the leading scorer is going to be J.C. Richter with 11 points. Elliot Broughton with 6. Spacier 4. Swinghammer 4. Osleson 2. The best way I can describe this is that right now VCSU is staying in this game because of their three-point shooting. They're 5 of 13, which is a pretty good percentage to be shooting from deep. It's a touch under 40% as a team. It's allowing you to stay in this game primarily because even though the Bears are the more efficient team right now, they're shooting 44% to your 31%. The reason why the Bears haven't been able to, let's say, make this a 20-point game yet is because they're pretty much getting 4 points to Valley City's 3, not 6 to their 3. And VCSU just they're doing enough to hang around to not be completely muscled out of the way yet, but they got to find a way to kind of be able to consistently put things together on offense. And defensively, they've been able to create stops. I mean, there's been stretches of game where the Battling Bears just really haven't gotten gimmies on the inside. But the problem is that you haven't really been able to turn any of those long, cold stretches for the Bears into a prolonged run of their own. So, it's kind of like the Bears will get the lead to 16 or 14, and VCSU will hit a 3 to cut it to 12 points. And then, again, kind of what we talked about with the boys' game during our Sanford L pregame show is that they haven't put the Bears under what you would say legitimate pressure in this game. But there's been moments to where you're going like, okay, if a run's going to happen, it's going to happen here. Like, this is going to be the kickstart for it. And just kind of the smoldering embers, that's all they've been. They've just been smoldering. They haven't really caught on fire yet. So that's got to be what happens here for VCSU is they've got to be able to kind of create a spark and actually feed it oxygen, right? You can light a fire with a Zippo lighter and just kind of have it, kind of burn and smolder. But any good outdoorsman will tell you, like, you got to put oxygen into the fire. You got to feed it oxygen. You got to feed the fire. You got to let it burn, and that's kind of what's got to happen. There's smoldering, there's embers right now, and they're just holding on. But if you can feed the fire, be able to get defensive stops, be able to get some kind of back-to-back three-pointers, be able to kind of feed some life into the momentum of this game, you might be able to claw your way back into it and make it interesting. I mean, we saw yesterday that, an 11-point lead pretty much got whittled down to nothing in a quarter. So VCSU should know better than anybody that a team that's down can come back from this type of deficit. But, again, it's going to take feeding the fire. It's getting stops. It's making open shots. I think really the one thing they got to be able to do is they've got to be able to take away the security blanket for Rocky Mount, which is just when they need a bucket, they're going inside the Lentz. Like, she's winning her one-on-one matchups, and she's just getting two. Like, there's sometimes reasons why teams don't give up big runs is they have a safety blanket or they have a player they can go to. Even when a team might be outscoring them, it's not going to be a 10-0 run. It might just be a 10-6 or a 10-4 run instead, and that's because they have that safety blanket to go to, and then once the rest of the offense catches up, they mitigate damage. That's got to be where VCSU steps up. If they can take away, I think, the security blanket of Lentz and also do a better job of tracking to the outside. It's obvious Wasson wants to operate from deep. She's hit a handful of corner threes. Kind of like the two players you got to take away is you can't allow them to run the offense through Lentz and Wasson. If they keep doing that, the Bears are going to start doing more of the same. And right now, the same as them leading by 13. So we got about 4:45 to go till we get back underway here. Again, it is a 42-27 lead for the Battling Bears. Take a look at our stats real quick. 16 of 35 the Bears are from the field. That's 45%. VCSU 11 of 35, 31%. Three-pointers, 4 of 13 for the Bears, 30%. 5 of 13 from the Vikings, 38%. Vikings, I'm not taking a foul shot. Bears have taken 7. They have made 4. Rebounding battles a little closer than you might think, 21-19 for the Bears. Offensive rebound, VCSU actually has more, 7-6. Defensively, Bears have the edge, 15-12. And the Bears have held the lead all the way through this game. Largest lead was 16 when it was 31-15. So we'll be back here in a little bit with the start of our third quarter of play here in about 3.5 minutes here on the Voice of the Valley KOVC and over on VCSU Athletics.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangoa, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care. At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything.
Check out these midwinter savings at Lever's. All this week, save on Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.98. Progresso soup, 4 for $8. Our family salad dressing, $1.79 each. Idaho russet, yellow, or red potatoes, 5-pound bag, 2 for just $4. And boneless pork sirloin roaster chops, just $2.29 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
40-27 as we begin our third quarter of play here at Concordia. VCSU, again, they've hung in this game. In Rocky Mountain's been in control as evidenced by the 13-point lead, but they just really haven't been able to, bury VCSU. I mean, VCSU actually outscored the Bears in that last quarter, 17-15. A lot of it has been the three-point shooting. So we're back underway here as we begin quarter number 3, 40-27. Lead for the Battling Bears on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Richter gets some space for a step-back 3, rattles out, and that's just the perks of being 6'5" as Hagem goes up and just tips the ball to herself. And sometimes just life ain't fair, and sometimes the 6'5" player just wins out and takes a 3 and missed that one. Hagems has launched up a couple of threes. That'll be her third of the game. Has yet to knock down any of them. Transition now for the Vikings. They take a 3. Don't get it. Richter picks it up. She'll fade away. And the shot's blocked. You can't be spinning to the middle of the floor. There's just too many long limbs in there to just get those blocks. And the Bears roll in transition, able to get 2 off a contested layup. So 9:05 to go here in the third quarter. 15-point advantage for the Bears. Now a little head fake. They go inside with Prunty. Prunty has it sent back and takes a hard tumble forward troubles, and that'll be out of bounds. They'll say it deflected off Prunty. So VCSU showing a full court look, not trying to trap out of it. So the Bears bring this one up, spinning from side to side. Now roll the ball into the corner. Pump at a three. Now they'll reset it here to Black. Inside they go to Hegum. Hegum fall-away shot gets it to go. 44-27. Hegum now has herself up to 10 points. Now over to J.C. Richter. Richter will hand this one off to Prunty. Prunty tried to go up and under, but will have to resettle this one to the outside. Now over to Maritzen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maritzen for three. That'll rattle out. Now here's where the Bears can really start stringing things together. Again, you can operate behind the arc if you're getting more points than you're letting up off the more efficient team. And that'll be a three-pointer that's missed out of bounds. So essentially, if you're getting 6 points for every one of their 4, that gives you the ability to stay in a game just by shooting threes. But if they're getting 6 points but if they're getting 8 points for every 6 you get, that's when it's going to be a game that can start turning sideways on you. Ellie Broughton gonna drive inside, now kick this one out for another 3, and that'll be off to the left and an air ball. So an inauspicious start here for the Vikings as they can't seemingly get the three-pointers to go down early, and this has allowed the Bears to stretch up the lead to a game-high 17 points. Black will give a little quick dish and go, and that's what they need to take away. The Lentz and Wasson, when they run their offense through them, that's been when the Bears have been at their best. Now Richter gets tripped up, she keeps the dribble alive, so she avoids a travel that way, and VCSU will take a timeout. So Richter actually went sliding and then got up, but because the dribble stayed alive, obviously no travel on it. So timeout taken. Back here after the break. Keep it right here on VCSU Athletics and on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideas: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
46-27 with 7:11 left to go here in quarter number 3. The Bears starting to impose their will here on this game. VCSU's luck from the three-point arc has started to run aground, and now the Bears continue to just utilize their strength, which is their size and their length inside, and they generate another turnover. That one, though, not caused by size and length, but rather because of miscommunication. So under 7 minutes to go here, 19-point edge for the Bears. Lentz floats a pass inside to Hegum, and that one poked through the hands of Hegum, and it'll belong to the Battling Bears. Lentz with 12, Hegum with 10, Wasson with 17, and it's just kind of been those 3 that have just dominated this game. Hegum will take a step back, 2, no good. Rebound pulled down by Black. Black looking to spin somewhere and dish it inside, and Bears take a timeout. Yes, they did. So timeout taken by Rocky Mountain. So we'll be back here after another break here on VCSU Athletics and on KOVC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
46-27 here in the third quarter in favor of Rocky Mountain over VCSU. Rocky Mountain set to inbound the ball with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Now over to Wasson. Wasson working here against the smaller Broughton. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Drives inside. Tied up by Broughton. 2 seconds to go. They got to get something off at the horn, and they'll get that one off just before the buzzer in Lentz, but she'll be fouled on the way up, so 2 more shots for her. Lentz, that'll be her 6th and 7th foul shot of the game coming up. And she's just been the security blanket. Watson has, been their leading scorer, but whenever the Bears have needed to kind of stall out a VCSU run with a bucket of their own, that's where they've gone inside. First foul shot is missed. The second one is up and also out the back rim, so it's an 0 for 2 trip. But they get their own miss, and Lentz can't finish. So had a couple cracks at getting 2 points, twice from the stripe, once from in close, and both times came up empty. So VCSU still looking for their first points here of this third quarter. Nearly 4 minutes have passed here in the third frame. Ellie Broughton now hands this one off to the outside. A little give and go over to J.C. Richter. Richter trying to spin free, but tight defense applied. Now we're to Prunty. Back to Richter. Richter inside, forces it back out over to Luckin. Luckin inside, shot blocked. And just any interior offense has been erased by Rocky Mountain. They just got nowhere to go. Wasson inside. Can't get the shot to roll through the contact. Ellie Broughton bringing it up. Broughton will force this one over to Luckin. Luckin wide open and knocks it down. So, 3-pointer made by VCSU. So, even after for as bad of a start as this has been for VCSU in the quarter, the bottom line is they've only given up 6 points themselves. Now 3-pointer, and that'll rattle out, but it is once again Lentz with the board. Now they're going into Lentz inside. Lentz will kick this one out for 3, and the Bears knock it down. So 49-30 as Kavanaugh knocks that one down, and VCSU quickly down at the other end will try to drive inside, but Rocky Mountain will deflect the ball out of bounds. Prunty set to inbound it. Now they're going to give this one over to Broughton. Broughton trying to drive inside. Will kick this one out. VCSU squares it up top here to Richter. Richter at the foul stripe. And she'll rattle that one home. 49-32, 4:50 to go here in the third. Bears now trying to pick up the tempo. Bears now will dump the ball inside over to Lentz. Lentz gets triple team. That'll set up a 3 on the outside, and that'll be another knockdown from Kavanaugh. And that's the thing that couldn't afford to have happen is another party get going. It's just been kind of a 3-ring circus with the Bears in terms of their scoring with Wasson, Hegum, and Lentz. The last thing they could afford to do is to get another one going, and that's exactly what's happened here as Kavanaugh started to knock down 3, but that's also another 3-pointer by the Vikings as Ellie Broughton knocks one down, and the Bears turn it over. So 52-35, 4:09 to go in the third. VCSU starting to find their scoring touch, but got to find a way to slow down the Bears. Inbound here to Richter, now over to Broughton. Broughton hands it off back to Richter, now hand off to Broughton. Schwinghammer back here to Richter. Richter rolls this one over to Powell. Broughton uses the screen to get free, but can't knock down the spot up three. So that'll rattle out, and we get down to the 3:50 mark here in the third quarter. Now over here to Hegum up top. They'll go right inside to Lentz. Lentz splits through the defense and puts it up and in. Right now she's just working quick. I mean, that's probably been the most impressive part is just how quickly Lentz has worked. She gets the ball, and she's got a good self-timer of knowing when the double's coming and how much time she has to operate. She doesn't allow the defense to catch up to her. Schwinghammer dealing with a bump as she goes inside. Shot blocked by Black, and Schwinghammer will wrap up, and they'll take a foul there. And bit of a frustration foul. Schwinghammer just started her shot a little low, and that allowed Black to kind of just put her hands straight out, get on top of the ball, and force the miss. Well, the game's starting to open up here for Rocky Mountain, 54-35. Wasson using a screen to create some space. Now a bit of a hectic little floater there, and looked like she bobbled it on the way up, but doesn't matter as the Bears get it to roll in, and they lead by 21. But the Vikings respond with a three from shoot. That'll make it 56-38. Hegum, ball on the outside. Pitch this over up top. Now the Bears trying to go battling in, and they'll kick this one out for another three. Wasson with the miss, and three-pointer run down here by Broughton. Broughton, long pass in transition, goes right through the hands of Schwinghammer. VCSU has made just enough threes to keep this game from spiraling too badly away. But, again, the problem is when one team is playing really at the efficiency level that the Bears are, it just makes it almost impossible for VCSU to really sustain any type of meaningful offense. Wasson on the outside. Backs this one up now, a little lob pass in. They kick out for a good look at a three, and they knock it down again, and the Bears have officially woken up from the outside. As all the threes VCSU's making are being counteracted by the three-point attack of the Bears. And finally, VCSU will get to the stripe. As that time they're going to say Hegum didn't keep her shoulders square on Ostleyson. So Ostleyson going to the line here for two. So the number 23 ranked Battling Bears have looked every bit the part of their ranking. Our shot will be up and in. They got a 20-point game. Just got to be impressed with the way they've really played in this one. That'll be a 2-for-2 trip. So that'll make it 42-59. Minute 55 to go here in the third. Now a little handoff here on the outside. Black nearly lost the handle. VCSU throws up a double team trying to force a bad pass, but Lentz gets it inside, lowers the shoulder, and just she knows how to use the leverage. She's creating looks on the inside, and she's finishing every single one. Now Black will create a steal. She's going the other way for Rocky Mountain. Her shot blocked. Loose ball picked up here by the Bears. Back inside to Lentz. Lentz backs in. Now will kick out. Bears now slowing things down momentarily. Wasson had a look at a three, decided not to take it. They go inside to Lentz. Lentz immediately gets double-teamed, and now they're going to say VCSU had a hold of the arm and the ball, and not just the ball, and they'll call a foul on the inside. (61-40). Shot clock resets here at 20 seconds. Wasson gets a three and knocks it down. Just sometimes another team is just better, and that's just what the case has been today. Is Rocky Mountain's just making everything in sight in this third quarter. And VCSU, the one thing they had was their three-pointers, And jump ball called, and the arrow will belong to the Bears. Osleson was trying to motion it around inside the three-point arc and dribbled it off her sneaker top, and scramble broke out, and the jump ball awarded here to the Bears. 64-40 as we get to the dying stages of this third quarter. 40 seconds to go. Good little give and go. Lentz to Wasson. Just excellent ball movement, sets up excellent shots. Now a little handoff here. Osleson with the pump fake, which will kick it out over to Schwinghammer. Schwinghammer trying to back her way in. Wild hook shot. She'll get it to go for 2 points. So the Bears have extended their lead up to 24 points. Trying to see if they can extend it farther by the end of this third quarter. 10 seconds to go. Now they go inside. Wasson for the corner from a three, and she knocks it down. And well, when it rains, it pours, and it's pouring inside right now of Concordia College. 69-42. The Bears have seized control of this game and are 1 quarter away from capping off their season with a win. So we'll be back here when it's time for the start of our fourth quarter here on VCSU Athletics and over on KOVC.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything.
Check out these midwinter savings at Lever's. All this week, save on Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.98. Progresso soup, 4 for $8. Our family salad dressing, $1.79 each. Idaho russet, yellow, or red potatoes, 5-pound bag, 2 for just $4. And boneless pork sirloin roaster chops, just $2.29 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
68-42 as we get set to begin our fourth quarter of play. Now the Bears have just dominated this game, really on all facets of it, as they've made the outside shots at a better clip now than VCSU. Their efficiency from the twos have obviously been better. And kind of the one thing VCSU had keeping them in the game was their three-point shooting, but now the Bears have essentially bettered what was keeping VCSU in the game and mixed it in with their obviously very efficient interior game, and that's why the score now looks the way it does. VCSU can't get the first shot of the quarter to go, and now it'll be into the hands of Lentz. Rocky Mountain try to go inside, now over to Hegum, who's around the perimeter. Dump it inside to Lentz. Lentz has the ball poked away. Good defense by Maritzin. Now Broughton will back the ball out. Over now to Prunty. Prunty from just in front of the foul stripe. No good. Can't knock that one down, and another rebound pulled down here by the Bears. Just VCSU is hanging in this game by a thread, and well, the thread was that three-point shooting, and well, just when the Bears took that away, nothing really the Vikings could do to stay in this one. Now they're going with a dump in inside. VCSU has it tipped back out. Little handoff here over to Richter. Richter fires up a shot, no good. Long rebound will roll out of bounds, and they'll say it's off the Bears. 68-42, 8:35 to go, and now the Bears start rolling some substitutes in with the game well in hand. $8:35 to go here in the fourth quarter, as this has just been about as dominant of an effort as you'll see. Now three-pointer launched up, and that'll be knocked down by Ellie Broughton. Broughton has probably been, I would say, the most dangerous shooter the Vikings have had from the outside. Now the Vikings putting on a full-court press. Can't quite draw the 10-second call, but Black nearly lost it on the way in, but she'll get it back. And VCSU has had subtle moments of challenging the Bears, but again, the efficiency that they've been able to establish inside is really what's prevented VC from going on a big run. And inside they go, and inside they'll get 2 points and a foul shot. As even the reserves are getting it on the act as Burnham able to fight through the contact and get it to go for 2 points, so that'll make it 70-45. Foul shot is up, foul shot is in, so I'll make it 71-45. Broughton with the ball, now we'll roll it over to Richter. Richter trying to force her way inside, will kick it out over to Prunty. Prunty back to Broughton. Broughton with a little jab step, trying to create some space. Now calling for a screen by Maritzen. Has a look, but doesn't take it. Now down to 6 seconds on the shot clock. Nice through the defense and can't get it to drop. VC, though, pulls down the rebound. And it'll be a reach-around foul from behind on the Bears. That was Maritzen on the ground, holding on to the ball. So first foul on the Bears in this fourth quarter. We'll hand off here to Broughton. Now inside they go to Maritzen, being guarded by Hegum. Ball gets kicked out to Richter. Richter's shot knocked down right over the top of Hegum. So give 2 points here to Richter. Again, I would say this isn't a game where it's just VCSU has rolled over and the body language hasn't been good. It's just one team being able to create those easy looks inside, and Burnham able to get her second field goal of this fourth quarter, make it 73-47. Broughton hoists up another three, and she'll knock it down. So Ellie Broughton has shot it well. Just VCSU as a team, just you could really tell they were affected by not being able to drive inside. It's what they did really well against Carroll, being able to drive inside and get those looks, but with Hegum taking away everything and VCSU not being able to stop the interior attack as Burnham once again gets free after VCSU sold out for a steal. 25-point advantage here for the Battling Bears. Richter working one-on-one, goes inside, hangs, can't quite hit. Hegum pulls down the rebound, and will dump the pass off. And as soon as VCSU wasn't able to create those looks that they got inside, you knew everything was going to have to be perimeter-oriented, and VCSU, they can shoot, but not necessarily a team that probably wants to shoot most of their shots from beyond the arc. Over the back, called on VCSU as the Bears will pull in an offensive rebound, and that'll stop the clock at 5:48 to go in the fourth quarter. So let's see, Wasson with 26, Hegum with 10 points. And checking out the final total for Lynch, she'll have 16 points and 8 rebounds. Wasson, I believe, still out there for the Battling Bears, so a chance to add on to her total. And we'll have a foul off ball, so stop the clock once again. That'll be the first foul against Spacer, and the third foul against the Vikings in this fourth quarter. And VC will get the block on the inside. I believe was Maritzen. Now Broughton will kick this one over to Schwinghammer. Now Richter trying to drive inside. Now that Hegum is off the floor. Now scramble breaks out for the ball off a low pass, and the Bears will be the ones that come up with it. Bears working it here from the center to the left. Once again, it looks like they're trying to set up an inside attack here with Burnham as she posts up. Now they'll fade this one to the corner with Bittner. Bittner now to the wing, rolls it back up top. Now step back three here for Wasson, can't get it to go. Rebound being fought for, and it'll wind up into the hands of Osleson. Or, excuse me, Ellie Powell. So Powell able to bring down that rebound. Now Valley City will go to setting up the attack on the outside. A little spin around here by Spacer. Spacer forces up a shot, no good. And pulled down by Burnham. So both teams kind of going at it, exchanging just quick shots. And the Bears very comfortable with the lead they have, knowing that VC's not going to have enough time to come back. And Valley City still trying to put up as many shots as they can to try to force any type of pressure remaining on the Bears. Burnham inside. This one gets kicked out, though, for a three. That'll rattle out. So Foreign got a halfway decent look, just could not rattle that one home. Over here to Richter. She'll step back for a deep one and can't knock it down. Burnham with another rebound. Burnham, she's got 7 points in this one and might be well on her way to a double-double just in the half. Vikings go for a steal, but they are going to pick up a foul instead. And that'll be our media timeout. 75-50, 3:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this break here on VCSU Athletics and KOVC.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
75-50 with 3.5 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. Bears in control of the ball and in control of this game as the reserves have made their way out onto the floor. For Rocky Mountain. Down the baseline they go. Spot up for an in-close shot, and that'll be put down by Morris. 77-50. Over here to Luckin. Luckin throws this one in the corner. Bit of a bobble there by Richter. Now over to Schwinghammer. Schwinghammer trying to size up. It gets cut off. A little handoff here over to Richter. Richter trying to back her way in. Fadeaway shot. Left too short. Rebound pulled down, and a foul will be called. So Ellie Powell going to the stripe here, 4-2. Second foul called on the Bears, and that'll be the third foul called on Burnham. So Burnham's got 7 points in this quarter, along with 4 rebounds. Hagum pulled down a double-double with 10 rebounds and 10 boards. That foul shot rattles out. But just VCSU just really has not had a answer. Really, the Bears were able to get it going from the outside, and Kavanaugh went, I believe, 3 of 5 or 3 of 4 from deep in that third quarter. And really, her emergence, even though it was only 9 points, and that's all she'll finish with, her real emergence from the outside just helped the Bears kind of take away the one thing that VCSU had going for them, and that was, maybe not the efficiency, but certainly were able to hang in the game because they were the better three-point shooting team. And that'll be the 5th foul called on Maritzen, so she'll foul out of the game on senior night. And that'll end up sending Burnham to the stripe here, 4-2. So Maritzen will receive some applause as she steps off the floor for her final game for the Vikings. That'll be a missed free throw right there, so Burnham now goes to 1 of 4 from the stripe, and that one up, and that'll rattle home. 78-51, 2:35 to go here in the fourth quarter. Richter getting cut off from the inside, but trying to work in there nonetheless. We'll try to pop it back out here over to Spacer. Now over to Ellie Broughton. Broughton trying to slither her way through, create some space, but can't finish on the layup. Now ball bounces out to Richter, and that does not look good. That is okay. That looked bad for a second. Bittner was holding out her arm straight, almost as if it was dislocated out of socket. And looks like she's okay now. They'll make a substitution here. I mean, the last thing you want if you're Rocky Mountain is to get somebody hurt in a game that's over, essentially. So they'll make a substitution. Now Bears will take a three from the wing. That'll rattle out. Ball gets deflected around, and the Bears will get another opportunity here. Inside they go to Burnham. Burnham can't finish. She gets her own miss, and will put it back up and in. So Burnham now has 10 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah, 10 points is 10 points, even if it is all in what could be considered garbage time. 80-53, as that long shot from the Vikings will rattle out. Over here to Foreign. Foreign will roll this one out to the corner over to Black. Now Morris kicks it back to Black. Inside they go, and the referees whistle for another foul. And it'll give Burnham another chance at the stripe. VCSU will make a full line change here as the seniors will walk off as a unit. Not how they wanted to end their last game with the Vikings, but the Bears were dominant today in all facets. But unfortunately, VCSU just did not have enough in the tank today. So 2 foul shots coming up. First one is up and in. So Burnham continues to rack up the stats here. And that one's up and in. So 12 points, 6 rebounds, all in 1 quarter of basketball for Burnham. Now VCSU will drive it inside with Luckin. Luckin makes a nice pass, but Osley Sin can't finish. Now the Bears push with tempo here. Let's see if they can make this a 30-point game. Bittner looking inside. Pass deflected away, and it'll be pulled down by Osleyson. Osleyson will give it over to Luckin. Luckin throws a cross quarter. Nice little pump fake there to set up a long 2. No good. Ball deflected. Osleyson has it, hangs, hits, and she'll get the and 1 opportunity. That'll be the 3rd foul on the Bears in the quarter. Osleyson at the stripe for 2. Or for 1, excuse me. That'll be a knockdown, so that'll cut the deficit down to 26. But overall, the Bears, and not quite run out the clock, got about 2.5-second differential, but can essentially run it out with this last offensive possession. And it looks like what they're trying to do, at least right away with Bittner. Just dribbling here from side to side to avoid being trapped. So shot clock down to 5, down to 4, and it looks like she's just going to take the shot clock violation here. So 2.2 seconds left to go, but one more inbound will end this game and end the season here for the Vikings. And that'll do it, 82-56. Rocky Mountain College wins this one. Take a look at our team stats real quick. Rocky Mountain shot 33 of 66 from the field, 8 of 24 from deep. VCSU 21 of 66, 31.8% from the field, 10 of 27 from deep at 37%. Again, not a bad mark in and of itself as a team, as you'd like to get as close to 40% as you can, but just could not hit enough threes to keep them in the game. And go down to the free throws. Bears got to the line 14 times, made 8 of them. VCSU got to the line 5 times, made 4. 39-32, Bears win the rebound battle. Offensive rebound split an even 12 apiece. Defensively, Bears got 27 rebounds defensively to VCSU's 20. And the Bears never trailed in this game, largest lead being 82 to 53. That was that 29-point lead. VCSU 11 assists to 13 turnovers. Bears 16 assists to 12 turnovers. 8 blocks for the Bears to 2 blocks for VCSU. And points in the paint dominated by Rocky Mountain College 30 to 16. So take a look at our final individual stats. Lawson 26 points. Hegum with 10 and Lentz with 16. Double-double for Hegum today. 10 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks in this game as she pretty much erased any interior game for VCSU. Broughton knocked home 5 3-pointers, 5 of 9 from deep, 15 points overall. Richter 17 points, 7 of 20 from the field. 7 points for Ostleyson off the bench. But just not enough consistency in that VCSU offense as the Bears were able to roll to a commanding victory. So we'll be back here when it's time for our men's game between the Vikings and the Battling Bears. Back here in probably, let's say, about 24, 25 so minutes. For those of you listening on VCSU Athletics, hold tight. For those of you listening over on KOVC and News Dakota, we got some music to help buy us some time. So keep it right here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC, and over on VCSU Athletics.
It's time for KOVC Sports.
And welcome back here, everyone, to the Voice of the Valley, KOVC, and over on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel. Jerry Edwards with you all today as we get set for our nightcap of our doubleheader today between the Vikings and the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears. It was the women's unit for the Bears that got things off to a commanding win for them, just thoroughly dominating in all aspects. And now it's up for a Rocky Mountain men's team that has only lost 3 games all year. They've lost a couple in exhibition play to Montana State University Billings, but outside of those 2 exhibition losses, only 3 losses that get marked down as counting. They are 19-2 in Frontier Conference play. They started off the year with a win over the College of Idaho, and that is just it's an incredible win to have on your resume. College of Idaho is akin to whether you want to consider Duke, Kentucky, Kansas of NAIA basketball, just a dominant program. Their losses this year, 2-pointer to Carroll College, a kind of a shocking 10-point loss to Dickinson State, and then a loss in overtime to Hope International over in Chandler, Arizona, as part of a tournament called the Cactus Classic. So you take a look at their losses. It's kind of a cross-country loss and, one against a heated rival in Carroll College. So, I mean, this is probably one of the more dominant teams that VCSU will be going up against. You take a look at kind of how they played since their last matchup. They beat VCSU 81-65, then won by 20 over Mayville, a 15-point win over the University of Providence, 74-65 over MSU Northern. Got revenge on Carroll, winning that one 86-82. Montana Western 68-61. Beat Montana Tech 82-71. Dak State 60-58. Bellevue 73-69. 75-69 over MSU Northern again. 15-point win over Providence. And then a comfortable 18-point win over Mayville. So they've had some tight wins sprinkled in there despite their record. Probably why they're sitting a little bit on the outside of the top 10 despite their impressive record, just based on some of the close wins that they've had. But overall, the VCSU boys are going to be, or men's team, are going to be looking for a little bit more of a put-together effort than what they've had previously, because that last game they had against Carroll was going to be reserved for the shredder, almost, as just a game that got away from them early, trailing by 24 at the half. And really the only time the offense picked up is when Carroll abandoned anything resembling of defense. So for VCSU, they got to be able to create kind of looks all around the floor. Can't afford to get off to a slow start like they did previously, because can't afford to fall behind a team like Rocky Mountain and expect to come back. So we got ourselves a game coming up here, as some of the boys will be honored here for Senior Day before we begin. So let's take a look at the seniors that make up this VCSU team. Starting off, it'll be J.R. Sisson from Lake Zurich, Illinois. Caleb Larson over from West Fargo. Another senior is going to be Nick Carlson out of West Fargo. Caden Grindy, the senior from Spring Grove, Minnesota. And seeing if we got any other seniors we got to talk about. That appears to be it. So those will be the seniors honored today, and they're hoping they're able to pull out an upset here to close out their careers for the VCSU Vikings. So we have Rocky Mountain College getting set to take on the VCSU Vikings to close down the regular season here on Senior Day. Again, this has been a very unique season. We're playing in Concordia instead of the bubble. Hopefully we'll be able to get the new floor into the bubble all nice and ready to go by the time basketball season is ready to start next year. But just happy to keep the games kind of semi-close to home instead of having to go full away game for the Senior Day activity. So we'll close out our basketball season coming up here in just a little bit. We'll be back here when it's time for the opening tip here on the Voice of Valley KOVC and over on VCSU Athletics.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangoa, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care. At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything.
Check out these midwinter savings at Lever's. All this week, save on Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.98. Progresso soup, 4 for $8. Our family salad dressing, $1.79 each. Idaho russet, yellow, or red potatoes, 5-pound bag, 2 for just $4. And boneless pork sirloin roaster chops, just $2.29 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
And we're back here in Concordia as we get set for our opening tip today between the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears and the VCSU Vikings. Viking boys coming out in the all-black uniforms with red numerals. Rocky Mountain coming out in the all-whites with green and gold trim. So both teams have taken to the floor, and we're getting set to get underway here in Moorhead. Referee moves towards center court, takes a look left, takes a look right. The ball is in the air, and we are underway. Ball gets tipped around. It's going to belong here to the Vikings. So the Vikings win the opening tip. It'll be J.R. Sisson in control of the festivities early on. Sisson kicks it over to Lester. Lester trying to spin his way in and finishes for the first basket of the game. Lester, one of 5 Vikings yesterday that got in the double figures, but fortunately nobody really had kind of that big game, that 20-point game. So you had 5 players that got in the double figures, but that was pretty much all the scoring. Long 3 on the way, and that's off the mark. So VCSU generates a stop to start things out. Now Lester in control of it. Looking for a handoff here to Sisson. High press comes. Sisson's got to pass out of it. Able to get to Lester. Now backing down here is going to be Deal. Deal faces up off the glass and in. So a 2-for-2 trip to start out here for VCSU. As 1 minute gone here on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Now a little handoff here on the outside over to Nesbitt. There's moving it around the perimeter, trying to drive down the baseline. Sisson almost had the steal, but only able to tip it out of bounds. Sisson, Larson, Nelson, Lester, and Deal, the starting five for VCSU. Bowman, McCoy, Jordan, Nesbitt, and Bilodeau, the starting five for the Bears. Now a little bit of a discussion here. Now we'll get set to inbound it. This will be floated over to McCoy. McCoy trying to drive inside against Lester. Leaves the bunny hooked a little bit short. And so that is another stop here for the VCSU defense. Now it'll be Larson with the ball. Gives it over here to Nelson. Nelson gets picked up on the perimeter. Lester holding on to it. Now we'll pitch it off to Larson. Larson going to take a deep three, and that'll rattle out. Ball gets spot forward, tipped out of bounds. It'll be off Lester, and it'll belong to Rocky Mountain. Larson, not a bad look. He had to take that one probably a little deeper than he wanted to just because he didn't quite get the separation off the screen that he was looking for. So Jordan with the ball. VCSU showing a double team here. Pass over to Nesbitt. So Nesbitt back with the ball. Jordan will retake possession right on the C of Concordia. Pitch this one over to Nesbitt. Nesbitt with a little bit of room goes up and under and finishes for 2 points. So that'll get the scoring started for Rocky Mountain. 17:55 to go here in the first half. Both teams now on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Lester runs a little handoff here to Sisson. Sisson fires a low bullet into Lester. Lester keeps the hands off, and they actually do end up calling a jump ball, and VCSU not happy about the call. They felt like it was a foul, and I think they also felt like that possession was had by Rocky Mountain long enough to warrant a jump ball. So the Battling Bears will take possession, and they break through the press with McCoy. Now over in the corner, here to Bilodeau. Jordan with the ball. Jordan and gives it to Nesbitt. Nesbitt will rocket a pass into the corner for Bowman. Now Jordan gets it back, trying to drive in front of the wing. Outside Bowman for a three, and he knocks it down. VCSU bit on an initial fake pass to Nesbitt, trying to get the defense turned into offense, but pass didn't come, and the Bears able to hold on long enough to force a turnover. Now they'll force another one. Nesbitt intercepts a desperation pass from Sisson. Down the floor they go. Bowman for three. That'll rattle out, but they get their own miss, and we got ourselves a offensive foul, and that'll be a push-off from McCoy going up for the rebound. And he'll fire an overhead pass, and well, he is certainly irate, and that'll give the ball back to VCSU. Sisson brings it across the timeline here. A little bounce pass to Lester from behind the three-point arc. Now over to Nelson. Nelson back to Sisson, and that pass is off the mark. It'll be out of bounds. Unforced error from VCSU as Nelson threw that one well behind the intended target. Referee holds the ball out for an inbounds. No substitutions yet in this game for either side. And the Bears try to force a pass, and well, Lester got his hands to it, was trying to fight to get a hold of it, and ultimately just ends up tipping it out of bounds. That was a bit of an interesting pass as, well, they tried to force it. I believe that's over to Bilodeau when Nesbitt was wide open, and that's where they'll go this time as Nesbitt faded towards the left. Now they hand it off to Jordan, and Jordan dribbled it on the line, and well, the Bears will commit an unforced error. So one of those where the Bears just elected to try to overcomplicate the inbounds, and we're going to reset here on the inbounds. Apparently, we're supposed to pass it on one side of the timeline instead of the other. So now we're going to pass it on the right side of the timeline to the exact same spot as we passed it before. Important little detail to take a look at there, apparently. J.R. Sisson pass this one back here to Larson. Larson trying to shove his way in. Gets cut off. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And Larson will throw this one up for three, and that's no good. And foul underneath the basket and be on VCSU. Either that shot clock went by real fast or for some reason the shot clock didn't reset. I could be way off on this and miss something. It's happened before, but that certainly did not feel like a full 30-second shot clock. And if it was a partial shot clock, I'm almost wondering why, because Rocky Mountain at one point did have full possession of the ball before swinging over to full possession for VCSU. 16 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Rocky Mountain getting inside, can't finish. A lot of traffic, and VCSU will pull down the rebound. Larson brings it up, finds Sisson for three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Johnson. Johnson inside, can't finish. Ball deflected. VCSU still has it. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Larson uses a fake to get inside and finishes through traffic. And that'll put VCSU in front 6-5. 15 and a half to go here in the first quarter. Nesbitt breaks through the press. Just a crossover, try to get some space. Now they throw it inside, and that'll be a foul on the deck. McCoy got armbarred before he went up for the shot, so it'll be on the deck. That'll be the second on VCSU. First foul on Deal. Now a sub coming in here for the Battling Bears. And that's going to be Joshua Agude, 6'10" forward out of Chicago. But it's going to be Makai Johnson finishing off the second chance opportunity, and he'll give the Bears a 7-6 lead. Now back over here to Bryant Frey. We'll hand off here to Nelson. Now back over to Johnson. Johnson gets cut off. We'll hand it off to Sisson. J.R. Sisson going against Nesbitt. Through the traffic, high off the glass, and he'll get it to drop. VCSU attacking the inside early. Kiefer Johnson is going to be keeping Agunde away from the rim. Big 6'10" forward, going to be a natural shot blocker. Good defense by Nelson to block that shot away. But now here come the Bears trying to go inside. They get cut off. Now they go to Agunde. Agunde, nice pass, and that's going to find McCoy for 2 points. So tightly contested ball game here, 9-8 in the first half. Johnson going with a fall away hook and can't get it to go. Agunde, though, nearly got tied up from behind. Now Nelson reaches in a hand and nearly tied him up. Now the Bears working with momentum down the floor, but Nesbitt lost the handle on it. Now Bryant Frey with the ball. Will back it out. Kicks things to Larson. Straight on three. Rattles out. Rebound pulled down by Nelson. Agunde with the block. Nelson still has it. Has to be able to find a attacker. Fall away shot for the Vikings. No good. And tipped out of bounds. It'll be off VCSU. It's good stick-to-itiveness there by the Vikings to try to keep it alive, but ultimately just couldn't quite throw it off a body. So we got ourselves a media timeout, 9-8 lead for the Battling Bears back after the break here on KOVC and on VCSU Athletics.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Rocky Mountain quickly gets the ball down the floor and delivers. A thunderous dunk from Agunde. That'll make it 13.5 to go in the first quarter, and 11-3 lead for the Battling Bears. VCSU looking inside to Larson. Larson gets shoved from behind, and that'll be a foul on Rocky Mountain. That'll be their second of the day. Now we'll have ourselves another substitution coming in here for Rocky Mountain. VCSU looking to inbound this one. They'll give it over to Johnson. Johnson trying to barge his way in. He'll take a fall-away jump shot. And that one hit off the side of the backboard and then trickled the bottom of the net, giving the illusion that it went in. But Jordan will bring up the ball here. That's this one off to Jones. Now to Nesbitt. Nesbitt goes inside. Now the quick handoff here over to Agunde. Now back around the horn they go. Now a layup inside, and the speed of the Bears pays off. They'll lay that one up and out of harm's range as Jones puts it in for two. Johnson goes right out of Good Day. No good. And another quick rebound pulled down by the Bears, and this is where VCSU fell into trouble against Carroll. Is a bunch of quick, empty possessions that led to quick baskets the other way. And Rocky Mountain was looking for a foul. They didn't get one. Jones got hacked on the way up. Now back pass here over to Grindy. Now J.R. Sisson trying to dribble through traffic. Pressure comes from behind, and he throws it away. Nesbitt going to win the race down the floor, and he'll finish with the aggressive layup. That's a half layup, half dunk. Didn't quite finish it off with the jam, but certainly elevated high enough to get the dunk, but probably didn't grab the rim, a fear of not being able to complete that. So it's a 15-8 lead. Timeout taken by VCSU. Back after the quick pause here on KOVC and VCSU Athletics.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
15-8 the lead for the Battling Bears as VCSU starting to fall into a dangerous habit of taking quick shots, not getting any points, and then giving up quick transition points the other way. So VCSU needs to break up this run and break it up fast. Now the Battling Bears come up, show a high press. That means they leave open Logan Deal underneath. Agude went out to throw up a high press, and that left open Deal, and you know when the 6'10" guy's away from the basket, somebody's open down low. Now the Bears in transition. Agude can't finish off on the dunk, but he'll get hit on the way up. Missed the alley-oop, but he almost tipped it to himself. Kept the ball to himself, and then went up and hacked on the way up. So he'll get 2 shots out of the ordeal. So that'll be 11:43 to go here in the first quarter as we get set for these foul shots. First one up and short. So that one is just left a little short there by the big fella. So Agade up and in for 2, or for 1, I should say. 16-10. And now the referee will stop it. Shot clock didn't reset to 30 seconds, so it was at 20 seconds. And now we got to stop the game here so we can reset the shot clock. And, well, now it's at 30. Now it's at 20. So, everybody get back into positions. I think we're all ready to go. Well, no, not quite yet. So we're going to take 3 seconds off the shot clock, so it'll be 27 seconds. So finally, ball back into the hands of J.R. Sisson. Sisson trying to drive inside, but he'll pass this one out to Nelson. Nelson back over here to Bryant Frey. Frey. And the spin around, he'll dish this one back to the outside. Grindy tries to fire a pass, and well, Battling Bears almost saved it from going out of bounds. Now that would have saved it right into the waiting arms of a VCSU Viking, but ultimately they were out of bounds when they initially made contact with the ball. Pass inside here. Over to Larson. Larson, and that'll be a kick ball. Call it on the Battling Bears, and that's actually a pretty nice gift for VCSU to get. There were 2 seconds on the shot clock. Most of the time, the kick ball is just something inauspicious. It happens, and everyone moves on. But that one right there is one you don't want to give up because you had VCSU pinned with fewer seconds remaining on the shot clock, and now you give them pretty much a new one to work with. Sisson trying to cut inside, but he can't find any room to operate. He'll hand this one off to Larson. Larson, the more physical guard, trying to bang his way inside, and he'll fall away and hit a jump shot. And VCSU hanging around in this one. It's 16-12. And right now, it's scoring more to keep up rather than scoring to take a lead. Got to find a way to put a lid on the Bears' offense. They'll get a look at on a transition 3. They can't hit, but they'll pull down the rebound here. Billadou will motion this one back outside to Jordan. Jordan, a little crossover. Inside, hangs, and leaves it a bit short. Had a good look, couldn't finish. And now they're going to call VCSU for a foul. And I think Logan Deal's pleading his case to the official, and it's got a pretty decent one to plead, in my opinion, as he pulled down a rebound and didn't have his elbows up overly high. He had him in a natural position. The Rocky Mountain College player that he clipped on the way up just so happened to be at forearm level. It's kind of one of those incidental contact things that your deal, you're saying that it's a no call, and if you're the Bears, you're applauding the ref for a good call, and that's a 3-point swing the other way as the Bears get a look out of the inbounds play and immediately cash in 4-3. Sisson bump from behind, and he'll drive inside and a wipe off a layup put on by Lester. Yeah, the third foul on the Battling Bears. 4 fouls on VCSU, 3 on Rocky Mountain. VCSU will run a high lob play here to get this ball inbounded out of Bryant Frey as they motion around the outside. Lester going to set a screen. Bryant Frey gives it to Lester. Lester knocked beyond the arc. Hands it off to Sisson. Sisson will fire up a 3 off the screen and knock it down. 4-point game, 19-15. As we get past the halfway point in this first half. Now Nesbitt fires a rocket, and Billadou all by himself. Bears winning the foot race down the floor that time. And VCSU, they tried to pressure Carroll, and more times than not, it just led to just a bunch of quick possessions going the other way. And that time VCSU unable to finish with the in-close shot. A good poke right there to knock the ball out of bounds, but it'll still belong here to the Battling Bears as Jones going to have to work a little less casually to get the ball through his Vikings defense. Larson got his hand on it, so the Bears are slowly matriculating the ball down the court here with botched inbounds passes. Erickson set to inbound this one. Erickson holds on to it. Now we'll throw it over here to Nesbitt. Nesbitt has this one out. Now get it back. Nesbitt tries to fire an inside pass. They're going to work on the inside with Billadou. Billadou can't finish. Bryant Frey pulls down the rebound. Now hands this one off to Sisson. J.R. Sisson has this one over to Larson. Larson backs it up. Now trying to cut inside. Nearly lost the handle. And fires an ill-advised pass. Nesbitt gets the steal, trying to go all the way. Nice little Euro step to glide his way through traffic and makes it an 8-point lead. I believe this is the largest lead for the Bears today on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Larson bobbled the initial pass. Brian Frey will get over on the wing now. An interior pass to Lester. Back to Nelson. Nelson trying to go with an up and under, but he'll kick it out cross court in the corner, and they knock it down for 3. So three-pointer knocked down here by the Vikings, and they're hanging around in this one, but again, they're scoring to hang around, not scoring to take the lead. There is a difference. You got to be able to start stringing together some stops and put it together with the offense. We'll have a chance to beat the Bears in this game as we get down to 8 minutes to go. Jones inside, floater no good. Rebound pulled down here by the Vikings. Now Larson gives it over to Bryant Frey, who's looking inside to Lester, and that's where he'll go off a little rolled-in pass. Lester backing his way down, has to get out of the paint quickly here to avoid 3 seconds. And according to the refs, he got out in time. Now inside they go to Nelson. Nelson high off the glass, no good. Ball fought for, and Nelson will pick up a foul there, a little over-aggressive going for that loose ball. And that'll bring ourselves to another media timeout, 23-18, with 7:35 to go here in the first half. Back after the break here on KOVC and on VCSU Athletics.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangoa, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
23-18, Rocky Mountain College leads over Valley City State. VCSU showing full court pressure again. And it's come back to hurt them a couple of times here as Rocky Mountain has excelled at getting the ball quickly down the floor. Give it over here to Nesbitt. Nesbitt fade this one and pass tipped, but Jordan manages to run it down in the middle of the floor. So now we'll get back to a regular half-court set. Now Jordan fades this one out into the corner for a catch-and-shoot 3. No good. Ball gets tipped away. Shooting that one in the corner was Bowman. Did not knock that one down. He had previously hit his first 2 threes of the game. Now Bryant Frey going inside. A little push off there. Up and under layup and finishes. So the lead down to 3. And VCSU quickly gets a turnover here as the Bears throw it away. Larson will pick up the steal. Bryant Frey going to take a 3. Oh, that was halfway down, but then rattled all the way out. So 6:45 to go here in the first. A slow-scoring game is what VCSU wants. Want to frustrate the Bears here into making mistakes. Nesbitt inside, hangs on the rim, can't get it to go off the layup. Now Bryant Frey, a little stutter step there, just able to keep that foot planted to avoid a travel. Larson trying to back down the smaller Nesbitt. Nesbitt holds him off. Now Lester works inside. Back out to Nelson. Nelson trying to slash his way in. Fades away. Wild hook shot, and that'll be a push-off foul on Lester. Battling underneath there with Bilodeau. But clear as day on the extension there. That'll be the 6th foul on the Vikings. Again, a box-out foul like the one that Lester committed is not considered an offensive foul, so that would have been the 7th foul. It would have been 1-1 at the other end. Pass floated up here to Nesbitt. Nesbitt able to get through the traffic. Now Bowman gives it over here to Jordan. Jordan back here to Nesbitt. Around the horn they go. Iguade back in the game, the 6'10" forward out of Chicago. Fall-away jumper by Nesbitt, no good. So VCSU not giving up the type of open looks they were to Carroll yesterday, and it's helped them stay in this one. Larson threw up a pump fake. Now we'll give it over to Lester. Lester pockets it back to Sisson. Sisson through the traffic, hit on the way up. And they call the foul on the deck, and That'll be the fourth foul on the Battling Bears. I don't believe it's going to be on the shot, so it'll be another inbounds coming up here for the Vikings. Now coming off the bench here, that'll be the second foul on Jordan, so that'll be Jones coming in. Boyd, one of the starters, getting into foul trouble. Bryant Frey in the corner, thought about a three off the inbounds, now drives inside. Now pauses, we'll give this one out here over to Grindy. Now Sisson, 8 seconds on the shot clock, slowly working around a screen to create a look. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Ball deflected around. Iguade manages to save it from going out of bounds. And the Bears will keep a hold of it. Now they'll fire a long pass here as they look to work in transition. They go inside quickly here. VCSU, good job of cutting them off. Bowman back around the horn here over to Nesbitt. Now Jones over to Iguade. Iguade, turnaround shot off the side, no good. So we got ourselves a low-scoring one, 23-20. Lester gets double teamed. Now kick it out. Around the perimeter they go to Larson. Larson for three, no good. And a push off underneath, and that'll be on the Battling Bears. And that'll be their fifth foul. So Iguade called for the foul. That'll be his first. And now we'll have ourselves another media timeout. 23-20, 4:40 to go in the first. Back after the break here on KOVC and VCSU Athletics.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Low-scoring ball game here, 23-20 with 4:40 left to go here in the first half. And the lower scoring this stays, the better off it's going to be for VCSU. Bryant Frey trying to go inside. Will roll a pass over here to Lester. Lester going against Iguade. Spins, little floater, no good. Ball gets tipped around on the deck, still being fought for, and will eventually go out of bounds off VCSU. VCSU just doesn't have the type of size inside that can match it with a 6'10" forward or center, wherever they want to play him at. But the men's team is going to run into a similar situation the women's team had, which is just how do you attack when they have just the ultimate eraser inside. VCSU certainly not shy about throwing up threes, but certainly probably want to offset some of those threes with decent looks inside too. Now here come the Battling Bears working inside. Nice little shot fake to create room, but they can't finish. Iguade, though, picks up the rebound, and he'll take one diligent dribble and back it out. But he'll get called for travel first. Picked up his dribble, then was kind of waiting for a teammate to roll over in the corner, and just took a little shuffle, one too many. McCoy had a decent look at the rim, but couldn't finish. So 3:55 to go here in the first, and a long scoring dry spell for both sides in this one. Pass over here to the outside. Bryant Frey tried to drive in, got cut off. Now we'll go over here to J.R. Sisson. Sisson back here to Bryant Frey. Good look for a three, can't get it. Rebound pulled down by the Bears. Nesbitt brings it up. He'll be working against Sisson. Uses a little screen. Now will get rotated onto by Grindy. Inside they go to Lester. Lester trying to hold off his man. A little hook shot off the back rim. No good. Ball getting punched around, and VCSU's got it. Bryant Frey now working with some tempo. He's going to get a look for a three. Slight push off. No call. Ball gets tipped out. And the Bears have it. Now the Bears pushing up with a 3-on-2 advantage, but Nesbitt will pull up for a little jump shot and will get it to drop inside the free throw line. So the Bears finally bust up the long drought by both ends. VCSU needs to respond back. They put together a good half of basketball so far, but they got to be able to finish and not allow this lead for the Bears to balloon on them. Now Sisson drove inside, got cut off over to Grindy. 5 seconds for Grindy to work with. His shot blocked. And now the referee whistles and they'll call a travel. It's looking at the wrong referee. I saw one referee with his hand up and I was wondering what he was doing. It's like, all right, jump ball, travel, foul. I was looking at the wrong one. It ended up being called a travel. VCSU attempted to get in a late substitution, but not in time. And they nearly got a steal. Sisson got his hands to it, but Jones able to run it down. Oh, good spin move by Nesbitt to create some space. He'll bring it up quickly. Now he'll go with a contested jump shot, and that'll rattle out. The Bears pull down their own miss. Nice run down there by Erickson. Now over to Bowman. Bowman. Inside they go over to Bilodeau. Bilodeau hangs, hit on the way up, and that'll be 2 shots. So the Bears kind of at the point right now where they know they just need to start getting points together. You're kind of at the point where offensively this has been an ugly quarter for you, probably in terms of field goal percentage. So now it's not about making it look pretty, but making it look good on the scoreboard in terms of getting to the half with a nice lead, no matter what your final stat line is going to be, as Bilodeau leaves that one short. So ultimately, they're focusing now more on interior offense. VCSU, I think, they just really haven't been able to generate much. Again, much better offensive performance than what they had going against Carroll yesterday. But ultimately, the inability of Rocky Mountain really to put anything consistent together has kept them in it. 25-20 after an 0-for-2 trip by the Bears. VCSU in desperate need of a basket. J.R. Sisson going to hand this one off to Lester. Lester pop it back to Sisson. Sisson with one dribble goes inside. Now Frey able to avoid a travel barely. Layup rattles out. VCSU cannot take the lid off the basket. It's one of those where you create a look like that, got to be able to finish. Got to have a little bit softer touch around the rim. Nesbitt pop this one into the corner. Bowman for a contested 3, and he knocks that down, and all Sisson can do is look the other way. He had a hand in his man's face, and he just made it. Sometimes better offense beats good defense. So now, quick little run here for the Bears. Reestablishes an 8-point lead. Now the Vikings trying to finally bust it up. They lose the ball driving inside. Erickson will be the one tasked with poking it out of bounds. Even in a quarter that's, again, or half, I should say, that's been as offensively challenged as this one for both sides. Even the smallest 5-0 run sometimes feels like a 10-0 run, and an 8-point lead can feel like a 16-point lead. Larson tripped up on the way inside, and the referees will whistle for the trip. That'll be the 6th foul on the Bears. The Vikings have committed 7, so essentially both teams in the 1-and-1 bonus the rest of the way. We're down to 1:04 to go. Shot clock reset to 20 seconds. That'll actually be the second foul called on Jones. And now we're going to mop up a little moisture here. As mop that up right outside of the paint on the right-hand side. And a good toss of the towel went a good 3 feet. So now we got to daisy chain it out of bounds. VCSU will get this ball in. They run a good set play for Sisson for a catch-shoot 3, and he knocks it down. Nice little handoff to Lester, who pauses just before the three-point arc to act as a screen. Sisson runs around him, gets into the corner, and gets a nice-looking shot. So now up to VCSU here to play good defense. Nesbitt working quick. Pass inside to Bowman. Bowman back to Nesbitt. Nesbitt with a jab step. Goes inside. Doesn't create much space, but kick it out to Erickson. And he can't bank in the 3. That rattled nearly all the way in, but then rattled all the way out. So 5-point lead Now Sisson going inside. Fall away jump shot. No good. Rebound controlled by the Bears with 22 seconds, and the Bears will take a timeout. That's their use it or lose it timeout. So it's 28-23. Bears with 20.6 seconds left can hold for the final shot. Back after the pause here on VCSU Athletics and KOVC.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
So the quick timeout over with here, 28-23 in favor of the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears. This has been a low-scoring affair in this one. And VCSU hanging in this one. They've been able to keep it close, but have not been able to put a significant amount of pressure on the Bears in the back half of this quarter, or of this half. Now over to Nesbitt. VCSU is going to actually go with a trap, trying to force a turnover. They'll get this one to Jordan. Jordan will get across the timeline and now slow things down. 12 seconds. Jordan working up high here, using some screens to try to create some room. Now Bowman gets loose for a three, leaves it short. Ball deflected out of bounds off of Rocky Mountain. It's not a bad look by Bowman, and then Rocky Mountain had two players parked underneath the basket, but they just didn't have their hands ready to get the rebound. So 2.4 seconds left for VCSU to work with. Almost going to try to loop and try to get somebody with momentum. Now Larson will catch and shoot from deep, and almost in that situation, you bring in a big to catch the ball and you try to bat, and you pretty much pass it back so you get a shooter with a running start on a half court shot. That right there, you don't really want to do the catch, shoot, lob from that far away. But VCSU still put together a pretty competitive quarter here against the top 25 team. So we'll be back here in a little bit with our halftime show here on VCSU Athletics and over on KOVC.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangoa, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything.
Check out these midwinter savings at Lever's. All this week, save on Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.98. Progresso soup, 4 for $8. Our family salad dressing, $1.79 each. Idaho russet, yellow, or red potatoes, 5-pound bag, 2 for just $4. And boneless pork sirloin roaster chops, just $2.29 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
And we are back here as we get ready for our halftime show. It is a 28-23 lead for the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears over the VCSU Vikings. Leading scorer going to split two ways. Drew Bowman with 9 points. He is 3 of 4 from deep. Next leading scorer, that is going to be Omari Nesbitt. He's got 9 points on 4 of 9 shooting. I mean, to say this game was kind of offensively challenging would not be doing it justice. This is just kind of a game where neither team's really hitting anything. And, I mean, the more trouble Rocky Mountain, of course, has scoring, the better off it plays for VCSU. J.R. Sisson with 8 points. And I believe the second leading scorer, that's going to be Caleb Larson with 7. So the guard play for VCSU has been there. Sisson has probably been a bit more selective with his shots than he usually is. He's only taken 6 so far, and he's 2 of 4 from deep. Taking a look here at our team stats. VCSU 10 of 31 from the field, so that's 32.3%. The Battling Bears 12 of 33 for 36%. Both teams with 3 3-pointers made. The Bears 3 of 8. The Vikings 3 of 13. Bears 1 of 4 at the stripe. VCSU has not gone to the stripe yet. 20-16 rebound advantage for the Bears. 7 offensive rebounds, only 3 for VCSU. Evenly split 13-13 on the defensive side. VCSU held the lead for a moment. It was an 8-7 lead at 14-43. But since then, it's been the Bears in control of this one. They had an 8-point advantage at one point. It was 28-20. But again, Rocky Mountain really just couldn't put VCSU away. It's one thing to have a good defense that's stopping them, but when you don't have the offense that works with it, you allow a team that you should be overwhelming right now to stay in the game. You also got to give credit VCSU's come out here and played, I would say, with much more defensive intensity than they had against Carroll College. offensively, they're still struggling, and they're going to struggle against teams that can just outsize them. VCSU, not an overly tall team. They rely on smaller guards and speed to be able to get shots up, but when they try to cut inside and the bigger bodies just kind of almost bounce them back out to the three-point line, there's not much that they can do to counter that. So VCSU is kind of just winning this game or still in this game because Rocky Mountain College really hasn't done enough to win the game yet. Rocky Mountain College has done enough to have the lead, but really hasn't done enough to really seize control of this one. Look at points in the paint. 16-10 in favor of the Battling Bears, and 6-7 in terms of fouls. But kind of difference in this one. The Bears have gotten a few more second chance points, have created a few more easy looks, and that's about it. I mean, both these teams, again, they really need to come out and execute better offensively. Both teams have kind of had three-pointers that have rattled halfway in and then rattled all the way out. Again, most teams are just looking at an image of each other, are looking at a mirror image of each other right now, and that's what it is. One team just has slightly more points than the other, but I don't think either coaching staff is really going to be happy with the offensive performance that they put on in that first half. So if you're looking at the keys for VCSU, they got to be able to find at least one set play that consistently gets them open looks. Because right now what they're kind of banking on is that Sisson's going to run through enough traffic to lose his defender and get a three off. The best play VCSU's ran all night was the one they got their last points off of, which was that inbounds, where Sisson inbounds it, and then I believe it's Lester catches it, essentially sets a pick right before the three-point arc in the corner. And that allows Sisson to just shoot over the top of essentially a screener who's not going to have his hands up. And, Sisson's confident shooting against players that have a hand up in his face. So, essentially VCSU's got to find a way to create easier looks. The Bears just physically are going to be able to hold them off from being able to drive inside. So there's got to be multiple moving elements here to this offense. You just can't have one player cutting and have four players standing around. Got to be able to have essentially the offense not be one guy supporting four, but four guys supporting one. You got to have the most dangerous player on the floor not being the guy with the ball, but the guy without the ball. Whatever team is going to get more players involved, let's say, into their offense is going to be the one that ultimately walks out of this. And right now that's kind of why the Bears find themselves out in front. They got two 9-point scorers in Nesbitt and Bowman. Bowman's hit 3 of 4 from deep. Nobody else has hit a single three-pointer. And Nesbitt's done a good job of pushing the tempo at times. He's hit a couple of tough shots. But really what you got right now is you just got a whole bunch of movement, but not a lot of progress on either side. So, again, I'd look for Rocky Mountain to try to come out here and run some sets and try to be able to get out to a quick, 7-0, 5-0 start, get this lead up to double figures, and then just try to smother VCSU because they are playing good defense. Right now, defensively, Rocky Mountain College has been good, but in a game like this, you kind of just almost have to lean on your defense and just create good shots in your half-court set. You might want to get out and run, but the better strategy here might just be to create good shots and just kind of grind your way to the win. So it's 28-23. We'll be back here in about 4 minutes as we get set for the start of our third quarter or our second half of play here on VCSU Athletics.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangoa, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care. At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything.
Check out these midwinter savings at Lever's. All this week, save on Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.98. Progresso soup, 4 for $8. Our family salad dressing, $1.79 each. Idaho russet, yellow, or red potatoes, 5-pound bag, 2 for just $4. And boneless pork sirloin roaster chops, just $2.29 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
And we get back to action here on KOVC and over on VCSU Athletics, 28-23. And why not? Let's stop the clock again. Let's stop the game again because we couldn't get the shot clock to work. So 6 seconds moved off the shot clock, and we'll get ready to start again. It's about the third time today that's happened. So 19:50 to go here as VCSU starts out with the ball. J.R. Sisson from behind the line. Needs somewhere to go with it, but VCSU, they're moving bodies around but not really creating much offense. Out here, they motion around up top, hand off to Larson. Larson trying to go through the traffic, hangs. Shot might have been blocked on the way up. Larson either wanted a foul or wanted goaltending. He doesn't get either. Now Jordan goes behind the back and will kick it over here to Nesbitt. Nesbitt tied for the team lead in points at 9. And that ball will be knocked out of bounds. Battling Bears will maintain possession. McCoy will be the one inbounding it here. McCoy gives this one over to Nesbitt. Nesbitt back out to Jordan. Nesbitt rotates it around here to Bowman. Bears working around the perimeter here. I'll give it over to Nesbitt, trying to fight him through some screens. Setting up a 3, and he knocks it down. 31-23 at the 19-minute mark here of the second half here on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Like I said, the Bears want to be able to get out to a hot start here in the second half to bury Valley City underneath a mountain of points. Might not put up a ton of points in this game, but sometimes you just want to get out with a win, no matter despite what it looks like. Larson fades away on a jump shot, can't get it to go. So a couple good defensive series here for the Bears to start out this second half. Now Jordan working here against Larson. Will hand it off to Nesbitt. Nesbitt will fade out here, take a step back, wing three, and knocks down the contested look. And those are the type of shots you really can't afford to give up if you're VCSU. It's not bad defense. Those are just the shots that you can't afford to go in, as Nesbitt has knocked down back-to-back threes to make it an 11-point game. VCSU takes a timeout. Back after the break. You're on KOVC.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
34-23, 18.5 to go here in the second half. And this is just not the ideal start here for VCSU. Nesbitt got open off a nice set of ball screens to start out this half, and then it's a step-back three right in the face of your defense. And just like that, it's gone from a close 5-point game to now down by 11. Sisson will launch up a shot and can't get it to drop, and now Nesbitt in transition he goes, and he'll take a heat check three and miss that one off to the side. The thing with shooters is that they're always willing to shoot even when everything is telling them they should slow down. Larson using a crossover, trying to create some space here using a screen and a step back. Now hands it off to Nelson. Nelson trying to barge his way inside. And he'll take a little bit of a shoulder check and throw up a floater and get it to go for two. So VCSU, their first 2 points of the quarter, or half, and that'll make it a 9-point lead. Jordan working here against Sisson. Now a handoff here over to Nesbitt. Nesbitt pops it back outside over here to Bilodeau. Bilodeau over to Bowman. Bowman for a three. That'll rattle out. Rebound. Not quite put up and in. VCSU goes up and get it. It was a good look for, I believe, McCoy. Boy, just couldn't drop it in over the top. Sisson, a little handoff here to Larson. Larson going inside, hangs and hits for 2 points. So VCSU out of the timeout. Got a couple of shots to drop themselves. Now McCoy with the ball. He'll take one dribble, give it to Jordan. Jordan for a transition three. He knocks it down. VCSU way too slow getting back on defense, and the Bears make them pay, and they reopen the lead up to 10 points. 3.5 minutes gone here in our second half of play. Deal hands this one off to Sisson now over in the corner. That one's going to be off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Lester. Lester up and under, finishes, and he'll got the lead back down to 8. So VCSU starting to get the offense going. The problem is the Bears are too, and Nesbitt's running the floor with authority, and he'll find Bowman inside. And it's a little bit of just a little bit of this game opening up a little bit, but that is not what VCSU needs. They need this game to slow down, and they'll throw a quick pass. It'll be intercepted. McCoy, VCSU wanted to travel. They're going to say McCoy lost the ball on the way in. I don't think VCSU is necessarily going to be buying what the referee is selling there. Now, off-balance shot. They'll wave it off and say it's on the deck, and As it stands right now, it's 43-29 with 15:40 left to go in the second quarter. Iguodate checking in. Excuse me. Now the score now 29-41, so someone put up an extra 2 ticks on the scoreboard. Larson finishes through the contact, and as soon as he finishes, he holds his hands up wide, wondering where the foul call was. Again, with the way the Bears are playing, you got to get back on defense, and Nesbitt just beats him down the floor again for 2 points. I mean, when you give up the same type of basket 3 times in a row, you figure that you'd stop focusing on what calls you perceived were missed and focused on getting back. As the Bears right now are just out hustling the Vikings. Shot by Nelson, no good. Rebound pulled down, and McCoy. Oh, he throws a kick. McCoy threw a kick. I mean, VCSU's clamoring for a foul. I mean, he got tangled up. I don't know whether it was with Larson or with Deal. Got tangled up with somebody, and just, I mean, McCoy just threw a kick and kicked out of the arm. I mean, it's a foul that got called, but I mean, you're very fortunate if you're McCoy that you don't pick up just what you could argue would be a soft technical foul, but the referee, seeing where this game's heading, also might just call the tech to settle everybody down. Bears, though, quickly beat VCSU down the floor off the press. Ball into the air. Nesbitt out-hustles 4 Vikings for the ball, and now this one will get rotated back outside. The entire Bears team standing up right now on the bench, and they knock it down. And this is starting to get out of hand. You can feel the momentum of this game shifting away. Sisson has it stolen away. Bowman gets the steal, but the pass to Bowman is stolen away, and that'll be over and back. And that's just unfortunate timing there for Nelson. He does what he's supposed to do. Joel Nelson picks the ball off. The problem is he picked it off on one side of the floor, and then once his momentum stopped, he was on the other side. And it's going to be another timeout taken here by the Vikings, and the Bears are starting to open things up here. 46-31. Rocky Mountain in front back here after the break.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangoa, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
46-31, the Bears starting to open up the lead here as, well, this is kind of going the way that the first half went against Carroll College, where the Bears are just taking advantage of a slow-moving VCSU defense. They're beating them to the point of attack, and they're just getting a ton of high-quality chances, and they're not missing any of them right now. So Nesbitt gets the ball out of the inbounds, trying to shake his way free. He'll move Lester to guard him. Oh, he gets Lester dancing, step back 3. That'll rattle out. And rebound will be pulled down by Larson and Iguodate trying to go for the steal. Well, Larson eventually able to shake free. Nelson will pop up for a mid-range shot. No good. Lester tips it free. VCSU trying to save it, and Colorado College going to let that one go out of bounds. And sliding play made there. I believe that was Larson that made a diving play to save that ball before it went across the timeline. Nesbitt was trying to get it going the other way for Colorado College, but he ends up going out of bounds with it. Now the Bears are going to go full court pressure here. Larson with the ball. Guarded here by Johnson. or Jones, excuse me. Now back to Nelson. Nelson's pass nearly intercepted by Nesbitt. 3 seconds down to 2. From the logo, that hits off the front of the rim, no good. And now we got ourselves a pushing and shoving match going on as Jordan got tangled up with, I don't know if that was Grindy. I believe that was Grindy. I mean, it was either Grindy or Nelson. He got tangled up with Grindy or Nelson, and one of them gave a little bit of a forearm shiver to Jordan as they were going after the ball. I mean, the ball was already over the bench, and they shoved Jordan into the VCSU bench while the other escaped down the little clearing between the head coach's spot and the scorer's table. And the Battling Bears, I mean, they're just out. They're just beating up VCSU right now. They're going inside, and they're really showing VCSU no respect. They're going inside. They're attacking, and at this point, it's just looking all too easy. The Bears have come out like they have a point to prove, and that, well, they certainly intend on proving said point here in the second half, as they have no desire to slowly grind this game away. They are going to do their best to make this about as lopsided as they can. VCSU can't get the corner 3 to go. Now the Vikings are pressing, but that leaves Nesbitt open. Nesbitt thought about pressing his luck, but Lester cuts him off. Now he'll reset to the half-court offense. Jones tries to spin his way inside. Good little spin move, and he'll drop the teardrop in for 2 points. So 31-50 is how this score sets right now. VCSU misses their first 3. They missed their second 3. That'll get deflected out of bounds off the Vikings. And, yep, now it's starting to get rather lopsided. The Battling Bears had 28 points all first half. They have 22 in the first 7.5 minutes of this second half. Now this one will get over here. Over here to Jordan. Now the Bears will back it up over here to Jones. Jones dribbling inside. He'll kick this one out. Jordan for 3, and he rattles it home. 53-31, and now the entire Bears bench is just standing up. They're loving what they're seeing. Again, the kind of powder keg moment in this game where the intensity ratcheted up for both sides. Foul called on the deck here as Jones gets called for a wraparound. But the turning point in this game was when McCoy for Rocky Mountain got tangled up with a VCSU defender, and he threw a kick. Now, the kick wasn't aimed at a VCSU player, but he got tangled up again. I mean, he kicked his way out, and the ensuing scuffle, if you can call it that, kind of, you would say, ratcheted up the intensity for the Bears, and since that moment, they've just pretty much put a hurting on VCSU, and VCSU has looked frazzled as they throw that ball away, and the Bears are going to get the ball back here, and I mean, right now this is just essentially broke out into a full-court pickup game with one side just breezing by the other, and the other side trying to prove that you can't run all over them while getting run all over. 53-31 with 11:53 to go here in our second half. Jones claps his hands to the ball. Will send the play in motion. Iguade will back this one out to Nesbitt. Nesbitt between his legs. Throws it in here to the big fella. Iguade backing his way down. Oh, brilliant pass. I mean, 6'10" and can make a bounce pass like that. Jordan cut underneath the basket. And Jordan just finishes it off a wide open up and under layup. And now a strip from Larson, and Larson going to the ref. I mean, Larson is – the fact Larson hasn't picked up a tech yet is a testament to the patience of these officials. I mean, every single time he goes inside, he's saying he's getting hit on the way up. Or, I mean, this has been a physical game that's been played both ways physical. And that'll be a moving screen called, and VCSU is – reaching its boiling point, and Deal, I mean, he's barking at the official, and there's the tech. Yep, Deal said the magic word, and that's 4 and probably 5 on him because you have the separate foul for the moving screen, and now the tech That gets called, and yep. And there's your partridge in a pear tree. You can't lose your top like that, man. You can't. And the problem is that when you got one player that feels like he's getting fouled, and then you set what's a hard screen, and you felt like you weren't moving, and you get called for a moving screen, and you're down by what was at the time 24 points, make it 25. Some point, you're going to make a point. And you can just see it barking all the way up and down the floor, and again, I can't read lips from this far back. You knew that there were words being said because it's not like in baseball where you have, and now you have Bryant Frey talking to the officials. This appears to be a bit more even-keeled than the last conversation. So VCSU is asking for this game to get picked up, and are we going to get another technical foul on the bench? I mean, he's right in the face of the officials, and testament to the officials, they were probably within every right to ring him up for a tech. He's foot out onto the floor, waving his hands in their face. But the officials are trying to keep some semblance of a game going. Nesbitt, step back three, and yeah, this is getting rather lopsided. 60-31. Think about it, this was 28-23 at the half. And now this is just a runaway freight train, and Nesbitt gets another steal. Johnson getting back on defense, can't get to go, but Jordan able to finish off the second chance. Yeah, this Rocky Mount came out with a point to prove, and they've most certainly proved it. Can't blame them either. One team had a fire lit under them, the other one is wilted, and right now you can see the difference on the scoreboard. 62-31, 10:45 left to go in the ballgame back after the break here on KLVC and VCSU Athletics.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on three major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
62-31 with 10:45 left to go here in the ball game, and this certainly feels like a game that is teetering on the edge of getting out of control. Again, there was that powder keg moment that kicked everything off here in the second half, and well, since then it has been a lot to not much. And that'll be out of bounds, and the off the shoe tops of Johnson as the ball will get retrieved. And it's just the intensity of one team. You don't know whether or not you could say they woke up, but I mean, certainly they got out to a halfway decent start. VCSU closed the lead back down to 7, but since then, Rocky Mountain's just come out with a point to prove. And Nesbitt tries to fire a no-look pass to Erickson and pinball it away. Got deflected momentarily, I believe, by VCSU and then clipped off Erickson as it went through the wickets. So the ball belongs back here to the Vikings. So trailing 62-31 with nothing else to lose. And VCSU is going to have to start launching up some desperation shots. Sisson trying to work around screens. Gets cut off. He'll fire up a contested fadeaway and gets it to drop. So 9:50 to go here in the second Now the Bears bring this one up. I'll fire it back around over here to Nesbitt. Nesbitt been dominant in this quarter. Step back 2. That'll be off the mark. Sisson brings it down. It's 4-on-4 going the other way. Trailers on both ends. Now they give it to Lester. Lester with one good move, backs his man down and gets it to drop. And VCSU still barking about fouls. Some point it's 27, and they haven't called foul, and they haven't given you that foul all day. At some point, you are preaching to the choir and wasting oxygen. 9:10 to go here in the second half. Free throw up, and now loose ball going to be picked up here by, I believe that's Nelson. Nelson going inside, wraps it into the corner. Three-pointer on the way. That's off the mark. Long rebound. Picked up by Sisson. He'll take a foul line jump shot. That'll rattle out. Ball tipped out of bounds off the Bears, and VCSU will maintain possession. 8:51 to go here in the second quarter. And Billadou and McCoy checking back into the game. And we'll have ourselves our media timeout at the 8:51 mark. 62-35 left to go here. 62-35 the score, 8:51 left to go in the ball game. Back here after the break.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything.
Check out these midwinter savings at Lever's. All this week, save on Tombstone pizzas, 2 for $7.98. Progresso soup, 4 for $8. Our family salad dressing, $1.79 each. Idaho russet, yellow, or red potatoes, 5-pound bag, 2 for just $4. And boneless pork sirloin roaster chops, just $2.29 a pound. Delivery is available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
62-35 with 8:51 left to go here in the second half. I mean, it's just been a tailspin for VCSU in the second half. They felt like they should have had a couple calls go their way, and I think it's kind of hindered them a little bit. They've been focusing on the things they can't control rather than the things they can. Things they can control is getting back and playing defense, and that'll be a kick ball, and Grindy takes an awkward tumble here. And he'll get up. I think this preoccupied mindset that they've had has allowed Rocky Mountain to pull away. And Rocky Mountain's a darn good team. They're ranked inside the top 25 for a reason. And now Grindy with a push from behind on McCoy. I mean, it's getting a little ridiculous right now. Grindy two-hand shoved a man in the back. Dude, I know you're frustrated. You can't be doing that. At some point, there's got to be a lick of composure that sets in. That'll be a reach-in foul called on Bryant Frey, and that'll be now the 5th foul called on the Vikings. You understand the emotions are running high in a game like this. It's senior day. It was a close game at the half. You felt like you had a chance to maybe pull off the upset after the first half of play. It spiraled away from you, but there is a right way and a wrong way to go about finishing out a season and a game like this. Step back shot made there by the Bears to make it 64-37. Now Grindy trying to go up inside, and he'll get fouled on the way up. Bowman holding out his hands in disbelief. And I believe this will actually be the first foul shots of the day for VCSU. First foul call on Bowman in this one. Foul shot is up and short. So Grindy sizing himself up at the line. Will put this one up and in. So Grindy able to salvage a point at the stripe to make it 64-38. Nesbitt still in the game. Leading scorer here with 27 points. It'll be Jones driving baseline. Hit from behind and can't quite finish, but he'll get 2 shots. Got free from Lester, and Lester just whacked him from behind. That'll be the second foul on Lester. So Jones here going to the stripe. It's probably them some solid minutes off the bench, but can't knock down that foul shot. I mean, if there's one thing the Bears have maybe struggled with here, it has been their foul shooting. That'll make them 3 of 7 from the stripe. Nesbitt will finally check out of this game, and I'm kind of at the mindset of what took so long to get him out of the game. In a game that is being played, I would say, even-keeled by both sides in terms of, you know, the emotions not running as high as they are. You can keep him in there to try to see if he can get 30, 40, whatever. In a game that's being played on, well, the best way I can describe it is full tilt, you get your star player out of the game. So J.R. Sisson can't hit the step-back shot. We're down to 7.5 to go. It's 65-38. Ball gets rolled out here to Jones. Jones now working one-on-one here. We'll pass this one into the corner. Back to Jones. Jones back over here to Jordan. Back to Jones. Jones, a little stutter step. Will take a step-back 3. Knocks it down. It'll be fascinating to look at the first half shooting numbers for the Bears compared to what they're shooting right now here in the second half. Larson trying to bump his way inside and will get it to go. Again, the referees are doing what they can to hold this game together. Right now, this game's being, and there's the forearm shiver, and Larson just can't do that. Listen, Rocky Mountain's upset, and they got every right to be. I was just about to say the referees are trying to hold this game together and have it still resemble a game. They're holding this game together with string right now, and it's 1-1. They're trying essentially to let Rocky Mountain and VCSU work out whatever frustrations they have and still have this resemble a game of basketball rather than every single time someone touches the ball and takes a body check, call foul. The problem is, though, is that you have right now one side on VCSU. I mean, they're just on tilt. That's just what they are. This game has not gone the way they wanted. This season has not gone the way they got, and they're just on tilt. And they're out there throwing forearm shivers and knocking guys into the scorer's table. Second foul shot is off the mark, and that'll be tipped out. VCSU bringing the ball up. Frey holds on to it. Now he'll give this one inside to Grindy. Grindy trying to spin his way in. And that one's going to be up and in for 2 points. Jordan able to pass out of a double team. Now Jones will back this one out with 6:15 to go here in the second quarter. Over here to Jordan. Jordan, a little stutter step going inside. Tries to roll a pass. That got deflected away by the Vikings. Now 13 seconds left to go, and a substitute is going to be made. Joel Nelson coming out of the game. So 6:09 to go here in the second. That'll be a pass inside to McCoy. McCoy pump fake. Now the Bears passing around the perimeter. Jones between the leg, drives inside, passes it inside. Shot missed, did not hit the rim, so it'll be a shot clock violation. Bears not paying attention to that first shot that went up, did not hit the rim, so the shot clock does not reset. I believe Sam Cobbervig has checked into the game alongside Carlson. Now Bryant Frey kicked this one out to Carlson for a three. No good. Rebound pulled down by McCoy. 5:35 to go in the second half, and you're just kind of hoping that this game can end in a respectable fashion without any more of the probably unwarranted chippiness. Jones for a three. He'll knock it down. They'll put the lead up to 72-42. Pass inside here over to Grindy. Grindy from inside the foul stripe. Throws a bad pass intercepted by Jordan. Jordan trying to take it all the way. Hit on the way up, and he'll finish through traffic to make it 74-42. 4:50 to go here in the second half. Now VCSU tries to finish, and they'll get fouled on the way up. And I believe this will be J.R. Sisson going to the line here, 4-2. And we'll have ourselves the media timeout. It's 74-42, 4:50 left to go in this season. We'll be back here after the break here on KOVC and VCSU Athletics.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
74-42, 4:50 left to go here in the ball game. J.R. Sisson at the stripe. Battling Bears going to pick up the win here today as Sisson knocks down the first of two shots. And this game's kind of broken out into a bit of a chippy affair. And that'll miss off the side. Larson able to bring down the loose ball. Again, you understand the emotions running high on senior day, but VCSU, as I would say, times has pushed the line a bit too far. Now, a bit of a scramble breaking out for that loose ball there as Jones brings it down, and he'll try to go all the way. Fouled on the way up, and Grindy essentially applying the no layup rule. And here's what so Jones is going to the line here for two. What I can say about this is that it became very apparent that the Bears were going to run away with this game probably at about, I would say, the 14-minute mark of the second half. Again, there was that kickstart moment where McCoy got tangled up with somebody, and the first foul shot is made, and that'll make it 75-43. So McCoy got tangled up with somebody. He kicks free. It was a big exaggerated kick. VCSU, I think, was calling for attack. They didn't get it. From that moment on, it was all Rocky Mountain as they came out and went out to prove a point. VCSU just wasn't up to the challenge. And since that moment, there has been an edge to this game that you usually don't see in 33-point contest. Now, VCSU, in my opinion, has crossed the line sometimes. Like, there's been some forearm shivers. There's been two-hand shoves in the back. You can say they're not going down without a fight. At the same time, though, this extra aggression isn't doing you any good. It's not like it's helping you stay more competitive in this game. That also being said, Rocky Mountain is also just not allowing this to die out. They're going out and trying to put up as many points as possible. Shot in for Bowman, no good, and we'll have ourselves a push-off, and it'll go the other way. What I'm trying to say is that VCSU has the more notable moments of chippiness, but the Bears are not just letting it die, essentially. You have two willing participants that are willing to let this game stay at its current perturbedness until the very end. nobody is really willing to walk away. You got everybody wanting the last word, I think is the best way to put it. Bryant Frey going to bank one off the glass, and that'll put VCSU at 45 points. Now Bowman with the ball, with 3.5 to go in the ball game. Bowman takes it all the way, and Bears will take a quick three, and they'll knock it down. (79-45), and J.R. Sisson will bring it up and get it to Larson. Larson will launch one up from the logo, and he'll rattle it in, and he points over towards the Battling Bears bench. As I said, no one's willing to just let this game die. Like, it is what it is. It's a 30-point game. One team was ranked top 25. VCSU gets a steal. They go in, finish, and one. And there's more talking going on. I mean, it's entertaining radio. It is. It's an entertaining game to watch. At some point, though, you feel like that the coaching staff of the team that's up 30 points might just want to go to their bench and full of players that don't play very often and say, sit down and be quiet. You're not helping matters. Because there's a lot of coaches that would tell the players that don't play very much that are standing up and talking and not allowing this game to simmer out, if to sit down and be quiet because you're going to get one of the more important players hurt. That's what some coaches would do. And it looks like now the Bears bench is finally starting to sit down. One of them standing up, and now he'll sit down. Will we finally see calmness in the last 2.5 minutes? Jones able to cross a man up, and he hits it down, and that'll bring the Bears bench back to its feet. Now Larson back with the ball. We'll give it over to Grindy. Grindy pops it inside. VCSU thought about a step-back shot. Back to Larson. Larson takes a small bump. He gets shoved on the way down by Bowman. This ought to be an interesting little handshake line. This ought to be. Again, I'm not hoping for anything that's going to make notable news, obviously, but there is going to be more than a few hard feelings going through this line. 81-52 with 2:04 left to go here in this second half. That'll be up and in. Hand off here to Jones, and Jones has had himself a nice little second half here. He's got 15. Another three-pointer, and they'll knock it down. That's going to be Toe's second three-pointer of this half. Again, Bears are not letting this game quietly in. After every shot, the bench is up and talking and taunting. That's why this could get interesting in the handshake line. So now finally the Bears looking like they might slow things down as Jones going to hand this one off to Toe. Now Toe going inside. Throw up a little lob, can't get it to go. Erickson can't get it to drop. Ball gets tipped around. Bears getting another shot at it. Over now to Bowman. Starter still in the game. Despite up being up 31 points. Now Jones going all the way down. Teardrop shot, no good. Bears get another rebound. Toe for a corner three, no good. Iguade with the rebound. Bears now getting a fourth chance at it. They'll get another three off. That one no good. They get another chance. Off the back rim, no good. And finally, there will mercifully be foul shots as Erickson gets fouled on the way up. (84-53) with 49.2 seconds to go. Erickson at the stripe, puts it up, and will miss it. And now I believe this will be where all the seniors make their exit from the game. Again, rough season here for VCSU. Not exactly how they wanted this to end. So another foul shot coming up here for Erickson. And he'll finally knock one down. So that finally gives him a tally on the score sheet. He was 0 for 4 from the field and 0 for 3 from deep. Now he's 1 of 2 from the stripe. And VCSU able to drop in a basket. And that'll be Carlson knocking that one down. Now about a 8-second differential between shot and game clock. 30-point game. And, well, are we finally going to see a bit of calmness in this game? And it looks like they are just going to dribble out and take the shot clock violation. So VCSU set to inbound the ball here. Carlson will check out. So Nick Carlson, senior from West Fargo, gets a bucket on senior day, the last bucket of the season for VCSU most likely. So 5 seconds left to run off here, and it looks like VCSU is just going to run the clock here. 85-55 is how this game will end. And keeping an eye here on the handshake line. Again, this is going to, well, be interesting. Again, you're hoping that everybody's just going to calmly pass through the line and that there's not going to be anything that happens. But, I mean, this game was played on tilt pretty much the entire second half. And it looks like that there will just be civility in the handshake line, which is what you want to see. But, yeah. Like I said, neither side's at faultless in this one. VCSU crossed the line multiple times with, again, two hands shoving people in the back and pretty much forearms shivering people into the scorer's table. At the same time, and again, I'm not saying that Rocky Mountain was not within its right to run up the score. Team's going to do that. You're within every right to try to pour on as much as you can. However, when it's the pouring on and talking and pointing going on from the bench, it's one thing to do it out there on the floor, but it's another thing when you do it from the safety of the bench, knowing no one can do anything. That can kind of kick things off, so to speak. Again, neither side were willing to be the bigger man and walk away in a second half that should have been nowhere near as hot as it was, especially when the game got to a certain point. But for VCSU, I mean, it's just a disappointing end to the season. You lose 85-55. We'll go through here the team stats. Going through the second half total real quick. The Bears shot 20 of 34 from the field. That's 58%. Compare that to the 36% they shot in the first half. And I mean, they just ran roughshod over VCSU in that final frame. They ended up going 10 of 17 from deep in that second half as well, which helped them pull away. Overall numbers, Bears finished 32 of 67 from the field, 13 of 25 from deep. VCSU 23-60 from the field, 4 of 22 from deep. Rebounds not close, 38-26 for the Bears. Offensive rebounds 15-7 for the Bears and 23-19 on the defensive side. So that'll be it for the stats there on the team side. Now looking over at the individual leaders. Nesbitt leading scorer, 27 points. Jones 15 points. And Jordan with 17. Bowman also cracked in the double figures with 11. For VCSU, J.R. Sisson with 18. Caleb Larson with 18. Bryant Frey had 6. Carlson with 5, Grindy with 3. So 85-55 will be our final score of the year as the Bears polish off a dominant regular season. Again, they'll finish, I think, 20-2 in Frontier play as VCSU season will come to an end. So I want to thank you all for tuning in today, whether it was on KOVC or whether it was on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel. I want to thank you all for tuning in today, and we will see you for our next broadcast Coming up next, if you're listening on KOVC, it'll be some Zach Top.